The deed no wrong, but then military shots at them. 70, we remember them. 2016, 38 May, memory still lives in our mind till today. Wonder why they refuse to publicize the genocide. The world media turn blind eyes to our plight. It's time to arise, land of the rising sun. Let's rise one more time, let's rise.
Yo, we will never forget our fallen heroes. Those who gave their life for us. Onitsha massacre, Ipocha massacre, Aba massacre. We remember you. Alright.
Tell them I got that day. Remember when me tell you say I got that day. Yeah, I remember that one that called us a Bruce Mero. Like a Abapanuku, but them when we go, me tell you what I look pandi, what pandi Samiro, me tell you what I day. For we the front and the rest of man, I tell you what I do. Me know that you come to tell them
heroes, I want to promise you something today. We must fight together, no retreat and no surrender. We must hold them down till the end of time. The most important thing is that we will restore Biafra.
Look up to the sky with tears in my eyes for other Biafrans and for freedom had to die. We will never forget you as the days go by. You are always in my heart, you'll never be apart. They fought for our freedom, they died for our freedom. They fought the Nigerian soldiers in the war front without food, without guns, for our freedom, for our life, for our own good, for our children. We love them. Our hero, we want them.
My heart bleeds when I saw them slain. Where will I be now if not then? They will remain indelible in my heart forever, 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 and never, and never, and never.
We serve in your plantation, and the way you paid us back with your bloody starvation. We play in our history that the death of my people is a mystery. No going back to get to a victory. I had a voice now call for vengeance. I never get bomb, I'ma blow like a vengeance.
Yo, we will never forget our fallen heroes. Those who gave their life for us. Onitsha massacre, Ipocha massacre, Aba massacre. We remember you. Alright.
Where will I be now if not you? You died at Mali.
They were starved to death because of our freedom, and they paid the debt for our freedom. Flag high for those that died in the genocide, fighting for you and I. There is pain in the heart, we bleeding inside, tears in the eyes, so I'm following you.
This is for my fallen heroes. Give them a motivation, people. It's like I'm looking at myself in the mirror. Cause we to be a cast, I need to be a nurse. If we did not regard,
They paid the ultimate price. Yeah. They died for me, for the freedom of my unborn child. Yeah. We live for the legacy.
Yo, we will never forget our fallen heroes. Onitsha massacre, Ipocha massacre, Aba massacre. We remember you. Alright. Yo, we will never forget our fallen heroes. Onitsha massacre, Ipocha massacre, Aba massacre. We remember you. Alright.
Yeah, put the flag in the air. Never be afraid. March on, cause we are more than conquerors. Yeah, you know what it is.
I'm looking at myself in
We
the
must
mirror.
revenge, and we must stand to represent who we are.
been months up till now, no charge has been brought against the Prime Minister of the United States of America. We, the Biafrans, reject the global conspiracy against the Biafran people. At this moment, we use this media to demand the unconditional release of the Prime Minister of the United States of Biafra, MaziSimonEkpaNjoku, who the Finland authority have held incommunicado for long now. They say they are investigating, and it's been months up till now, no charge has been brought against the Prime Minister of the United States of Biafra. We hereby demand the immediate release, the unconditional release of our Prime Minister, MaziSimonEkpa. The global conspiracy against the Biafrans is unacceptable. We will never, ever accept it. It doesn't matter how they try to paint it, the whole world is watching. And it is sad that the world is silent, watching the atrocities committed against the Biafran people. MaziSimonEkpa is only asking for the freedom of his own people. He's only defending his own people, trying to save the innocent life that are being wasted away. Free MaziSimonEkpa now.
Na mose vive na kiti enoi na tulaje bwana mabuli vemelem kuja otibe kwa tulane bovo timalugo no godo kokodo nya no be hule dani mona tulilu na ya kalakana kwa lerinu mwangulu ngula matali woso jere futa mbaka njuba diali ama abulezi okwenu na baka la kelu ego nezi enwe n'ụbọchị akala kelu ego n'odezi maka na ababa n'ụwa aralu n'unuteyi Umu Biafra kunyenwe Umu Biafra kunyenwe Unanu kwa ni mono nuno mono nezi biakenenwe Ono nenu lila tono na ndagulugu senyi tono nugu banataye Kanyi wele fobi wena tabanu banyo Magana njuko no 1 million we bofu wa mabulezi okwe Naka ni kwata milake pa waja sienyi ka kesu ezo pabule be welo tamanu Umu Biafra kuyenwe Kanyi wele fobi wena tabanu banyo Magana fobi abakama La nugo no way Biafra na bekele umunina Nkabo nkani Wadati na ijele wanyi bekele mi Akwage bulu kwekele na fando to Biafra is our hope And the Biafra is our religion God in a water cheers a moon or be born here. When see a can argue. I don't know what to quote. He came by one of Biafra land among them. I don't want to go. My phone be more to the devil, baby, and they beat him in the mountain. I was a good word in my libonine. The word in my lobia from you. To make what you cool. Papa gị si ekene logi Filipu Efiong. Abụzikwa nwoke kwuru okwu wee kwụsị okwu si na Biafra ekunye. Na ya bụ Biafra ya tụrụ ugo wee nata. Na bụrụ na ya bụ Biafra ekunyigo. N'ọkụ ọgụlị nwata n'aka na ele. Ọba gị si ekene logo onye ndu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Amadike Biafra kedu ebe ị nọ? Amadike Biafra bịa
She has no jurisdiction to try me. None whatsoever. I came out of
Ọkwa gị bụ ofu onye tiri ndị iro mgbada nwụrụ anwụ n'isi.
accused from my case and cannot try my case.
Amadike.
There are things that are happening in this country that a lot of you do not
Amadike
know.
bụ mmanwụ ndị
It is
iro.
my duty to make that very, very clear to all of you.
Emekele gị na
Because the lies are too much. The lies are too much. I
n'isi
sent a petition to
ekene
the
logi
NJC
Biafra COS DPMDrNgoziOrabueze bịa keneli o.
is using
Abụzikwa
her
oke nwaanyị gị
position
ka
for
bụ na
personal
akpọ
gain.
n'ama.
For personal gain.
Ada Biafra n'ịtọtọ.
Her son and her husband are facing corruption charges.
Ezi na-eme obi ụmụ ya bịa ngwa
They
o.
told them. They
Nwoke
told
dị
them
na nwaanyị bịa n'ụlọ
that if they convict
unu.
me, this is what happens.
Isi ka n'ụmụ Biafra kwụ gị n'azụ.
Nobody wants to do
Maka na akwụdola eze ochie n'ụwa ịmalụ gị enu.
That's the problem.
Na gidigidi bụ ugwu eze ọma bụrụ eziokwu.
They sent her to my case.
Ọkwa gị si ike kenelu gị ndị Biafra gọọmenti niile. Ndị nọ na exile cabinet bịa n'ụlọ unu mwe. Ọnụ wee kene unu jisinu ike nu. Na Chukwu na ndị a na ya agba unu ume. Maka na onye soro ọbịa ya atọ ka anyị malụ gị enu eyi. Jisienu ike. Ekenele m ndị Biafran Liberation Army ụmụ Chukwu. Ndị ejesa Biafra land bịa kenenu eyi. The great oracles of Biafra na nanụ unu eyi. Ọnụ wee kene unu n'ama. Nanụ jisi ike n'ọrụ. Chukwu ya gba unu ume. Ụmụ Chukwu. Ụmụ Chukwu enu. Asị ekene ya the Prime Minister H.E. MaziSimonEkpaNjoku. Abụzikwa ọbata obi yo. Otu elili ụmụ Biafra bịa n'ụlọ n'ụlọ. Anụ nganga mpiote mbe wile na me. Mmiri na-arị ugwu bịa o. Kudu akọ mmiri na-akwa n'onu. Mmụọ na-abụ abụ bịa keneli o. Ọdọgịrị dị m. Ose fụrụ ndị ilo bịa n'ụlọ n'uwe. Makwale n'aka ụsa dị mma n'anya. Mgbe eji mụ agụ ka onye ilo si n'ọdịrọ nka si onye ilo ya tinye isi onye ilo wee walasa. Abụzikwa nwa ọbata obi ihe. Ọgada gidi dike bịa n'ụlọ. Mgbe eji ekwela n'ihe bịa. Onyinye Chukwu nyere ndị Biafra na n'ụlọ. N'ụlọ bụ ekele gị. Asị m na ya adịrị ndị Biafra niile na mma o. Asị na ya adịrị unu niile na mma. Ma ndị anyị na-akpọrọ nwa elu wutere anyị wee rie nne. Ma ndị anyị na-akpọ na ndụdo n'ọnwa. Maka na mgbe na-abọ ka ekwe na-agbọ dike. Ọgbọ ya na ndụ, ọgbọ ya n'ọnwụ. N'obi ife onye A good legacy will last forever, my believe and in remembrance of my beliefs you.
Language of heaven, the very oldest language on the face of this very earth. Chukwu okike abịa mapụrụ m ihe niile, Chineke na onye ndị nsọ na-efe wee na-akpụ isi ala nye onye anyị na-agọzi aha nsọ ya mgbe niile, onye anyị na-aja mma wee na-eto anyị enweghị iche ọzọ ewezuga gị. Anyị anaghị efe arụsị, ọ bụ naanị gị bụ onye kere ihe niile kere eke mana onweghị onye kere ya. Ọ bụ ya mere ndị Igbo ji wee na-etu gị ebighị ebi. Ndị nsọ na-agba oche eze gị okirikiri ha na-akpụ isi ala nye gị, ọbụladị ndị okenye oru 2 na 4 bụ ndị na-atụ mkpọ ọlaedo na ala ha niile si na-ede nsọ Chineke nna nke igwe. N'ụtụtụ a, ehihie, abalị, n'ụwa niile bụ ebe ụmụ gị gbasasịrị ka ụkpaka nna nke ebere dị ngọzi ka anyị na-akpọkọta ha eze ebube onye ime eluigwe wee na-arịọ gị ma mma gị na ebere gị amara gị na ọmịiko gị ebe ndị gị nọ. Anyị wee na-arịọ ka iru gị wee chaa n'ebe anyị nọ. Anyị wee na-arịọ gị ezi ebube dị ngọzi ka igwe tinye ọgbaghara n'etiti ndị iro, ka ha rabụ ndị kụziri ka ha wee megide anyị onye nwe m na Chineke nna dị nsọ, ka aka nsị ndị dị etu a wee baa ha ọnụ, ije obodo ekwensu bụ zuu wee laa ya n'iyi. Anyị wee na-arịọ gị onye na-adịgide ma ruo mgbe ebighị ebi, biko nụ ka iwe mee ka Biafra wee bịa ọsọ ọsọ nna nke ebere na ụmụ gị atakwala n'ahụhụ. Anyị wee na-arịọ gị ka iwe na anyị ezi echiche na amamihe, mmekọrịta nwanne na nwanne ịdị n'otu ọganiru, ịhụnanya nke pụrụ iche onye nwe m na Chineke nna, ka iwe tinye ụmụ gị ezi mmụọ nke eziokwu ma wezuga anyị aka ajọ ihe n'ime ndụ anyị nna nke ebere dị ngọzi. Ka ọ ga-abụ n'ikpeta maazị na Biafra ga-abịa, anyị ga-aja gị mma wee too gị wee gọzie aha nsọ gị, kpụ isi ala nye gị, bulie aha nsọ gị elu site n'ebighị ebi mara n'ebighị ka a na-arịọ gị ise ise ise. This very morning, all of you, I believe that those who are watching know who we are and why we do what we do. My name is Nnamdi Kanu. I am the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra all over this very planet Earth, the director of Radio Biafra and Biafra Television, and by the very special grace of the Most High Elohim, Chukwu Kikabia Mapuromi Henine, servant of the wonderful people of Biafra. We are live and we are direct this very morning, afternoon, or night, depending on where you are. And we start this very day by making it abundantly clear that the greatest enemy of a black man is the way that we reason. If not that the way we reason is very, very abhorrent, there is no need or reason why we should be suffering and complaining every blessed day without the courage to do something about it. Biafra must be defended at all costs. At all costs. It is the land of God, given to his children for their eternal habitation. We may have failed in the past to recognize this very fact, but now that this generation has come, there is nothing anybody can do to stop us from restoring the kingdom of God upon the face of this very earth in the land of Biafra, without apologies to anybody. The Fulani approach to the zoo called Nigeria is called the devil's alternative. Fulani, they have this two-pronged approach to the issue of one Nigeria. If they collapse you through banditry, they will overrun you because they believe they have superior weaponry. Right now, and all of them are in this game together. That's number one. If you sue for peace, which idiots like Omahi are doing, if you sue for peace, they will also get what they're looking for because they will plant Ruga in every local government area. The devil's alternative, whichever option you choose, men are going to die. Men will die. It doesn't matter the option you choose. If you wait for them to do things peacefully, which they will never do, they are going to kill you anyway because they'll be Ruga. And you allow them to forcibly take over your land, you are taken over, they will take it by force. And Fulani will plant their people in your local government areas. That in the next 100 years, you'll be hearing about Olo Emirates. And then we'll be like Hausa people. Our great-grandchildren will now ask their parents, what happened? They will tell, oh no, there was somebody called Hopo Zadema. He was playing politics. He loved Nigeria. There was one called Omahi. He loves Fulani. He used to be our brother. But then we are gone. As a race, we are finished. And I said to these fools, Fulani Caliphate is dealing with you people, but you don't know it. They are like the vulture
Nigeria is pregnant. If Nigeria dies during the pregnancy, they benefit. Nigeria gives birth to the Aruga, which they want, a new Nigeria, which they want, is also to their benefit. The only people aiding and abetting them are these quislings, the fulefus from the East, intellectuals, and sophisticated morons from the West.
Ojukwu negotiated restructuring. What happened? They came back and they said no. Ojukwu said, okay, so you want to continue to kill my people all over the place? No. Because of that, I'll declare Biafra. Today, they have brainwashed all of you with the perverse notion and thinking that somehow Ojukwu is responsible for causing a war, when opposite is the case. That Gowon was the aggressor, not Ojukwu. That's how Nigeria is. Always blaming the victim. And we lost over 5 million people during that very genocidal war. They killed over 5 million Biafrans. They wanted to wipe us away from the face of this very earth. But we survived it. And we are here today. Those they gave birth to, they have come. And this time with a wrath that you cannot even begin to imagine. And
What we are pursuing is a part of pressure, relentless pressure, to ensure that Biafra comes. How are we going to employ that pressure? There are only two ways to get your freedom in the history of the whole world. Freedom can be gotten only two ways. One is through the ballot box. In other words, people will contest and they will have Biafra Nationalist Party. Yes, as they have in Scotland. And then we vote for them. When they then go to the house or maybe go to Abuja, they will say, we are here under the mandate of Biafra Nationalist Party. Because of that, we want to go and conduct a referendum in order for us to be free. The other way, you fight. Either you go through the ballot box or you fight. Which option are we choosing? We have chosen to fight.
The Finnish authorities to release MaziSimonEkpaNjoku immediately. Our Prime Minister, MaziSimonEkpaNjoku, has not committed any offense. Therefore, we demand for his immediate release. Free MaziSimonEkpa and free him now. No hand must stop MaziSimonEkpa from exercising his duty as a free man. Free MaziSimonEkpa.
For those of you who do not understand what we are doing, we are fighting for our freedom. And I believe that everyone in this life and in this world, wherever where you are, the country where you reside in, have a history. Now, I want every one of us here today and those who will listen to this particular speech to note one very important fact. Nigeria state came into being through conquest. This is a fact that nobody can change. Nigeria came into existence through conquest. And the forceful imposition of foreign rule, which denied the indigenous people in Niger area the opportunity to negotiate and choose what they wanted. That is the problem. We have lived with this foreign rule and this forceful union for decades, over 100 years. That is the problem. Now, I want everyone listening to me today to also understand that after this forceful union of Nigeria, called the amalgamation, successive regime, both before and after the shambolic independence, continue to hold the state together in a similarly forceful manner, the same pattern and the methodology that the conquest and invasion and the colonizers came in with. They thought by the forceful and the barrels of the gun, they will continue to kill people for the unity of Nigeria. That also is the problem today. So, this impression that they are creating, that the country must remain as crafted from the amalgamation by the colonialists, and that this country called Nigeria unity is non-negotiable. That is also the problem. We have lived from centuries to century, and today we are in the era of 21st century. We are now in a global village where the things of the past and the things of the old are changing to become new. And they don't want to change Nigeria with the dangerous diversity that have now emanated from different angles and the different injustices and corruption, and now Nigeria have found itself to become an Islamic state. That is the problem.
That you are supporting Nigerian government in any way, either in the Nigerian army, Nigerian police, Nigerian security, Nigerian immigration. The PM has said today, we are not against you, but if you wear the Nigerian uniform representing Nigerian government in Biafra land, you are going to pay the price, and you're going to pay the ultimate price for supporting a terrorist government that is in Biafra land. These are terrorists that kill our people, maim our people, burn our houses, burn our businesses, burn our homes in Biafra territory. If you are one of them, you have yourself to blame. If you are wearing any Nigerian uniform, Nigerian military uniform, Nigerian police uniform, Nigerian security uniform, sorry is your name. We have no prison, we have no jail. If you are caught inside Biafra land, you are gone.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us on today's program, wherever you are joining from. I welcome everyone who has connected to this very program today, wherever you are connecting from. Either you are joining us on Facebook, or you are connecting us on TikTok, or you are watching here on YouTube where I'm hosting the program. I welcome you and I appreciate you for being part of the program. Please, as you join this program this morning, kindly like and share this program. Share the program to family and friends. Share the program to your neighbors. Share the program to those who are close to you. You never can tell who is going to come across this program, and things will change. There are still some sensible people out there in the world. That is why we must continue to speak, continue to shout, continue to talk, continue to share, so that the world will hear our voice. There are still good people out there. No matter how corrupt the world has become, no matter how criminal and fraudulent the world has become, there are still some people who are good out there. So we must continue to speak and speak the truth. We must continue to tell our story and tell it exactly the way it is. If you are joining us for the very first time on this platform, or you are coming across our video for the very first time, this platform where you are watching this program is a platform that is under the United States of Biafra. The United States of Biafra, under the command of our Prime Minister, MaziSimonEkpaNjoku, and on the supreme command of MaziNandekano. Today, under the leadership of the Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. DPMDrNgoziOrabueze. That is where we stand. In this platform, we do not come here to instigate violence. We don't come here to preach violence. We don't come here to attack people or individuals. We do not come here for saga. We don't come here to lie against anyone. We do not come here to fight against any race or religion. Whatever be your orientation, whatever be your own ideology, whatever be your religion, whatever be your belief, you are entitled to that. Your opinion is yours. What we do in this platform is to speak about human rights, to let the world know and remind the world that every human being on the planet has their right to exist. We are in this platform to support humanity. Most importantly, we are in this platform to speak about freedom. Freedom for all. Live and let's live. That is why we are coming online on a daily basis. Our purpose of coming online on a daily basis is to speak to the world and tell the world the true story of the Biafran people. A lot is going on in Biafran land as we speak. So many atrocities are being committed against the Biafrans, and nobody is taking responsibility. Everybody is turning a blind eye to it. We are in this platform to speak about the atrocities of Nigerian government against the Biafran people and against its own citizens as we speak. We are in this platform to expose the terrorist activities of Nigerian government involvement in terrorism and terrorizing their people, more especially the Christians. We are in this platform to say those things you don't want to say, to give voice to the voiceless in Nigeria. That is why we're here. And we will continue to be available on this platform for as long as Chukwu Okike Abiama gives us life. We will continue to be available to speak the truth and nothing but the truth. I have come once again, as I always do, to speak on this issue that is very close to our heart. All we are doing is to make sure we stop the genocide that is going on in Biafra land and in Nigeria as a whole, more especially in the northern part of Nigeria, the Christians to be precise, and also some Muslims. The genocide has been committed against the indigenous people of Nigeria in all parts of that country, supported by the federal government of Nigeria, and nobody is speaking about it. Those that have risen up to speak about it, they cut them short. They shut them up, and they tie them up with one accusation or the other. But I bet you there are thousands of MaziSimonEkpaNjoku out there, and there are thousands of MaziSimonEkpaNjoku out there. You cannot stop us. It doesn't matter how you try. As we speak, lives are being lost in Nigeria, more especially in Biafra land. As we speak, the Afghanistan scenario is playing out in Nigeria, and yet everybody keeps silent as if nothing is happening, including those who are in that cage simply because of their own selfish interests and because they are self-centered. And some of them because it has not affected their family directly. Some felt it is not in their village. Some felt it is not in their state. Some felt it is not in their family. And for that, they will never speak about it. They continue to go about their business, continue to do what they want to do, and pretend all is well. As for us, in this platform, we do not pretend. And we don't try to apply political correctness with things the way they are. If you want to hear the truth and only the truth, tighten up your seatbelt. Sit tight, and you're going to hear a lot today. What we do in this platform is to bring information to the world. So many lies have been told against the Biafran people. So many lies have been told against our supreme leader, MaziSimonEkpaNjoku, who they are dragging from one court to the other today. So many lies have been told against our Prime Minister, MaziSimonEkpaNjoku, who the Finnish authorities have decided to cage him and prevent him from protecting his people. So many lies have been told against you and I because we are asking for freedom. The little space we have to air our opinion, we will continue to speak, we will continue to shout, we will continue to make this noise because we believe that there are still some people who has conscience out there, and maybe, just maybe, Chukwu Okike Abiama will activate something for us. So, my fellow Biafran, we have come. Remember, every morning when we come here, it is always an interactive section. Feel free to join me on stage to interact with us. More especially those who are with me here on David Herbert channel. If you want to appear with me live on stage, come to the YouTube, David Herbert channel. David Herbert channel on YouTube. Search for it, come there, go to the comment section. You are going to see the link. You are going to see the link. All you need to do is to click the link, and I will bring you in. You join on the program. You air your opinion, ask your question, bring on your superior argument. We are open to learn. As we are learning from you, you will equally be learning from us. In this platform, the only thing that qualifies you to join me on stage is for you to be a human being. As long as you're human, click the link, join us. It doesn't matter your orientation. It doesn't matter your sex. It doesn't matter your religion. It doesn't matter your ideology, your orientation. Wherever you are, your race doesn't matter for us. As long as you're human, feel free, click the link and join me on stage. We are going to give you all the time in the world to express yourself. If you have a superior argument, bring it on. Bring it on. The field is open. If you have a debate with us on certain issues that you are not convinced about, bring it on. If there are things you have heard about us that you're not too sure about, you want to clarify, bring it on. This platform stands for the United States of Biafra government, and members of the cabinet are watching this platform. The Deputy Prime Minister is observing this platform. The Secretary of Information is following this platform. She comes in once in a while, and I bet you every single information you pass in this platform, it is going to get a long way. It will get to the right source. If necessary changes are required, it will be made. So use this opportunity and use it wisely. If you're watching me on TikTok or on Facebook and you have a question, you can type your question on the comment section. Once I lay my eyes on your question, I will respond to your question accordingly. One of the charge that MaziSimonEkpaNjoku gave us is to carry everybody along. And that is what we are doing. We want to make sure that everybody fall in line. We want to make sure that everybody is carried along. We don't want to leave anybody behind. Every single one of us have to be in one page to be moving. That is our aim on this platform, to make sure that every one of us fall in line and do what we have to do. So, my fellow Biafrans, we have come once again, as we always do. And today, on the program of today, we are going to have a very wonderful discussion. The title that I chose today for our discussion today on this program says, "Why the Desperate Pursuit of Indictment for Biafran Leaders by Nigeria and Finland? Why the conspiracy?" When you look, there is a desperate pursuit, very desperate pursuit of indictment on MaziSimonEkpaNjoku, even when they know that MaziSimonEkpaNjoku is absolutely, totally innocent. There is also a desperate pursuit of indictment of our Prime Minister MaziSimonEkpaNjoku by the Finnish authorities for the past 6 months and still counting, telling us they're investigating investigation on informations they have firsthand in their palm. There is nothing you are going to investigate about MaziSimonEkpaNjoku that is in secret. There is nothing to investigate about MaziSimonEkpaNjoku. He is not an illegal immigrant in Finland. He's not just an ordinary citizen. And he didn't do anything in secret. In every single thing he has done, from the very moment he joined this very Biafran movement, he has never done anything in secret. He carried the government along. So for us to just wake up one day and we begin to hear that MaziSimonEkpaNjoku has some restrictions, he has taken out of media, and they are investigating him on this and that, the only thing that can warrant that is conspiracy, global conspiracy. So that is why I chose this topic today. Let us dig deep. Think about this. Let us think. What do you think? What do you feel? And I will allow everyone who wants to make a contribution to please click the link on the comment section and join me on stage. Let us discuss this. It is very, very crucial. The desperate pursuit of indictment on Biafran leaders by Nigeria and Finland. Why the conspiracy? Why? Well, the common thing we all know is that it is all about our resources. The reason we are seeing the way we are seeing the global conspiracy against the Biafrans is because of the resources we have, nothing more. The only interest the West have on the case of Biafra and Nigeria is the resources. And they felt that the resources is in the hand of the Nigerians now. Because of that, they pinch their tent where they can be able to exploit. And Nigeria government have been using our resources to cast a bet for the Western world. And today, Finland have joined on that. The global conspiracy. For me, the major thing we see there is what? The pursuit for the mineral resources in our land. Have any Biafran leader committed any crime? The answer is no. All the way from our eternal leader, DPMDrNgoziOrabueze, he fought a just cause. Uwazuke came on at a point in time, fought a just cause, and they forced him to drop the cause. MaziSimonEkpaNjoku picked up the cause, and today they are trying to force MaziSimonEkpaNjoku to drop the cause of Biafra. They are trying to force MaziSimonEkpaNjoku to drop the pursuit of Biafra by all means necessary, including indicting him in a treasonable felony. They are trying so much today to indict MaziSimonEkpaNjoku, no matter by fire, by force. They want to indict him to force him to drop the pursuit of the freedom of the Biafran people. In the same manner, the Finnish authority have weighed in into it today, and they have joined Nigeria to begin to pursue, to force MaziSimonEkpaNjoku, the prime minister, to drop the pursuit of Biafra, because they have seen the fire in him is unquenchable. They saw he has a point. They have seen that if you allow these people to continue, it's going to be a different ballgame. But they don't learn. You forced our eternal leader, DPMDrNgoziOrabueze, to drop the struggle. It didn't stop. You forced Wazirike to drop the struggle. It didn't stop. You took MaziSimonEkpaNjoku away to stop us. You didn't stop. You took away MaziSimonEkpaNjoku. It didn't stop. Today, DPMDrNgoziOrabueze is there, moving on. And you think if you take her away, that it will stop. It is impossible. Biafra is a spirit. And that spirit is living in more than 70 million people. That spirit is living in more than 70 million people. And there is nothing on the planet Earth that you can do to stop it. So you should stop trying. This is your desperate move to indict our leaders. Is just pouring water on the stone to stop Biafra. You can't stop us. You can't stop us. The leaders you are indicting today have not committed a crime. So I will appreciate that people should join on this program today. Let us dig deep, expose this criminality to the world, and tell the world what is going on. I can see somebody have already joined me there. Igbo First. I appreciate you, Igbo First, for joining me on the program. Thank you so much for joining. And I will allow you to unmute yourself, dear Igbo First, and give us your opening remark and speech. Igbo First, you're welcome. Unmute yourself.
Thank you very much, my brother. I hope you are hearing me.
I can hear you very clear.
Yeah, thank you.
No.
There we go. I greet everybody where they hear us, where they hear me. My name na Igbo First, means Igbo Bundembo. And when you talk about Biafra, I think you mention Igbo. So we come from there. And I greet every each of us, wherever you are watching me. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending where you are watching us from. My brother, I greet you special because it's not easy.
Thank you much.
It's not easy because what we are doing is from the mind, to liberate the mind. Without that mind, I don't think we are getting it, but I trust our people. We are waking up. We are waking. So thank you very much for that.
Thank you.
And another part why I come up is that to join you to preach the gospel, because as far as Biafra concerned or Igbo concerned, we will must keep it up so that we will know where we are. And you have mentioned many. There are many who this freedom is in blood. And I use this opportunity to beg our people to pardon me if you don't get my English right, because I am not an Englishman.
We are not English either. This is a Biafran platform. Everybody has the right to use broken language or use your Biafran language. Any Biafran language is 100% allowed. Let the Elizabeth English be there. We're just using the Elizabeth English because of those who have to hear us. But in this platform,
that is why
we're right to use any Biafran language. There's no
I
apology.
understand you, because some people will be saying Igbo first. That is why I put it like that, dialect. So when you are hearing me, it's an Igbo man speaking. Some English you will hear, you will see it like who is talking. I am Igbo man. So, and I want to say it loud. In any way, my brother, we have to wake up. We Igbos, we never, if I may say, we still there 25% because our people are sleeping. I don't know where you are streaming from, but in Germany here, many our people they are sleeping, and young men who supposed to do something, who know how we live now and how the world are going to now. We supposed to wake up, my brother. We are not waking up. Our people are down. They are down. Igbo people are very down, down, down. You see, make I use this app because Cote d'Ivoire make example. You see how the world are talking about it now. But our own are very down. I don't know why. Because where I reside now as Germany, nothing is going on about Biafra. Even our people, there is some French people who follow us before. They are lost. They are thinking, what is going on? They are not hearing anything again about Biafra. What is going on? You know? And for me, it's very, very, very sad that an Igbo man will be holding smartphone for this 25th century, and he will never ever look about what my people are going through. You only see it as a comedy. It's very painful. Most the thing they see online is what another countryman showed them. You see what is going on in Nigeria, then they will talk it. But for him to put interest there and say, "Lo, let's push this up and get our freedom," and where it is, he only complain. They only sit one place, drink, talk, then complain 24 hours. But put interest for that Biafra where we get our freedom. My brother, our people are sleeping. So it's very sad for me. Here I am, then call me Nnamdi Kanu. Why then call me that? Because I'm so aggressive of our people. How they sleep up, especially people who's here, because I never blame the ones who is in the land of the Biafra land. Some of them never see anything. Some of them are, where they are, they cannot move out because they are in cage. But you that come out outside from that zoo, called Nigeria, at least you have see. If you not even see, you have heard, you know. But our people are still sleeping, my brother. I will not tell you lie. They are still sleeping. For here, if you see in my city where I am, it's only people who is pushing for propaganda to get something to eat. That is it. Others, they don't care. It's very painful. So I'm telling our people to wake up. The smartphone they make for you, you hold it, you think it's just to call and look for TikTok 24 hours. That is not for what they make it for. It's to showcase who you are and tell the world what you have to offer. This is what we are getting wrong, but my brother, I really appreciate you because I always watch you. I always follow up, and maybe I will not comment but I follow you.
Thank
I'm
you.
Igbo first, So we all, in a way, I appreciate everybody who put interest in Biafra to restore Biafra because it's not easy. I'm not talking about how our people are behaving because what hold us is our people still hold us. Nothing else, nobody. To say Finland, this, if Finland see that we are strong and enough, we can speak for ourselves. Finland have nothing to say. They are their own country. So I don't know why we keep on complaining, blaming people, why we are not into one place. This is our problem. We are one. So anyone who talk, then pick him up. This is how they do. Let's look back from Ojuku to Wazirike to Nnamdi Kanu, from Nnamdi Kanu now to Simon Ekpa. If I look all, I see say it's our people who hold ourselves. Sometimes it makes some people weak because they don't know where to put up again. As na ndị ji mmadụ nkụ enweghị isi, so nke ahụ nwere isi na onweghị ọdịghị nkụ, ọ ife dị n'ala Igbo taa. Ndị ahụ nwere ọnụ ga-ekwunu, then I don't care. And ndị ahụ enwekwanụ ha ọnụ, ndị ahụ ifuru na-atagbu ha nwa na-etigbu onwe ha n'aka ha nwere onwe ha. So ọ wụrụ ihe dị painful. Ilu anya n'obodo ndị ọzọ in another countries, is their power hope speak up, so the masses follow up. But when the engine no talk, then the masses suffer a lot. Ọ ihe na-eme anyị taa. And anyị bịakwara hapụ kwụrụ na ukwu ngwọ na-ele mmiri. Ọ bụrụ ihe jọgburu onwe ya. So ekene m gị nna m, ana m esonyere gị, na-ekenekwa ndị na-esonyere anyị taa. Ọ bụrụ na ị na-anụ onu m ebe ọbụla ị nọ na gụnwa onye Igbo, binie taa ma gụnwa na-aza David Herbert amaghị m, unu nwa kwesịrị na ọ Igbo first. O nwekwara afa nne gị na nna gị bara gị? Nnamdi Kanu, ọ afa ya ka ọ na-aza. Mgbe ọbụla unu na-epromote English, onye an Englishman bi ebe a na ọfụ David Herbert, kedu ihe gosiri gị asị ebe onye isi? Onweghị. So biko nụ ka anyị na-egosi onye anyị bụ were na-akọwa onwe anyị. Etu a ka ọ dị na ndewo nna m.
Thank you so much, my brother. I appreciate you. My Afibom Chukwuemeka. Afibom Chukwuemeka. Afibom. That is why in my name, the broadcast, most of my changes, I make it a short form, Chuks. Chuks, people see, they call me Chuk Survivor. That Chuks Chukwuemeka. So for this platform, I used David Herbert to open it just to expand the limitation of people that will join me, my brother. You are right. We don't have to deny who we are. You are very, very correct. That is why Ahamu Chukwuemeka. Afam. My father Aham Namu Mwankwo. Your mom, my father Mwankwo. So those are my names. But sometimes if I when we are on the media and broadcasting, some people they will feel scared or feel good. Sometimes I say we are Ibonizing the Biafra cause.
Ha ga-ekwu ya etu ahụ, nne m agaghị m ekwe, ha ga-ekwu ya etu ahụ, but I ga-stick there because Germany nọ ebe a, ha achọghị ịma ihe na-asụ. Even ọ kaala ha mma na ịkpọrọ ha afa Chukwuemeka ahụ karịa na ịgwara ha na afa go David asị onye nke erigo ya, ịghọtago. So anyị kwesịrị ị na-adụ pịọ ihe nji zawa Igbo first. Ezigbo afa m Ukene Chukwu Ilechukwu maka onye na-anụ onu m from Agụleze Chukwu. So if onye ọcha enweghị ike ịgwa m onye Uchukwu. ịghọtago
Yeah.
so ihe nji zawa Igbo first ka ndị be anyị mara ahụ onye bụ owe ihe bụ ndị ọya ihe ya azọ gị ọya nwere Igbo first ebe ọ mara ba nọ na ana m agwa mmadụ ataghị m mmadụ atana m mụ awụ Kenechukwu Ilechukwu from Agụleze Chukwu and ihe dị na Biafra na-adị m mma ihe dị n'ala Igbo na-adị m mma Igbo first ka anyị bido ebe anyị bi ọ nke gị wu ihe
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, my beloved brother. I appreciate you for that very comment, and I really appreciate. My brother Christian, you're welcome. Thank you so much for that super chat.
Morning.
Thank you for the super chat.
Morning, Mazi. Igbo first called Biafra first because Biafra comprises other regions, in the Biafra who are not necessarily Igbo speaking, right? So it's Biafra first. We can, that's why I put it like that, Biafra first. And in Biafra, we have Igbo, we have Ijo, we have Ibibio, we have, I wouldn't say no, because I know my Igbo.
That narrative here, I am an Igbo first. So if you know where you come, you answer there first.
Exactly.
Okay.
You see, my brother Christian, let's not deviate on that direction. You see, just as we say, I will talk about Biafra, there are nations in Biafra. There are nations that make up Biafra. There are nations that make up Biafra. Like me in here on this platform, I am representing Biafra in full, including all those nations. There are also some departments of people who are representing different ethnic groups, different voices, covering different voices. There are people who are representing Igbo first. It doesn't mean that they're not part of Biafra or they're just occupying the Biafran space or whatever, but you must have to accept whom you are. I agree with that one. Accept whom you are. Everybody must accept whom they are. As you see his name there, Igbo first, representing the Igbo president. Like there's a program we hold every Monday. We have a program we're hosting every Monday on X. I think I sent you the link. Maybe you didn't see the link. On that program is all Biafra languages. You must speak in your own language on that program. We have it on X every Monday. You must be. There is an Igbo representative, a Banke representative, a BBA representative, a FIC representative, Igede representative, and they come with whom they are. But as a nation, as a country, we are Biafra. But
Biafras.
There are nations that make up that Biafra. There are nations.
Okay.
I've explained this several times about that. So when you see somebody come out as an Igbo person, and an Igbo first, or maybe from Ijo and they say Ijo first, or you come from a Shakiri and say Shakiri first, we don't get offended with that.
Okay. Yeah. If somebody comes and said Ijo first, it's okay. If there's consensus that they are all in Biafra, so it's not as if some people will feel alienated from the main team.
How do you feel when you see somebody say, you do first?
No, you do first. We don't have anything with that one. That one doesn't, they're not part of us.
No, I'm just giving for example.
Okay.
Who you are is the first, brother, without any other.
Well, no. Okay, listen. The thing is, if it's phrased that way, then it's okay with me because obviously, like when America say America first, it's one country, but in America you have states that are more or less sovereign, very sovereign.
And California will tell you they are California first.
But listen. But when I hear America, they say America first. They don't say California first. I don't hear Philadelphia first. Now. But I'm not here. It's not argument. So that is fine.
It's not something to argue. Just as I explained, they cannot throw it back. When you see somebody from a nation in Biafra putting his own tribe or his own tongue first, there's nothing wrong with it. That does not separate people from that Biafra we're talking about. There is Biafra, which we all togetherly we are fighting for it. When you are representing, an Igbo person can go and represent Biafra. And in such representation, you represent as a Biafran. But the person is Igbo. You cannot take the person Igbo-ness or Efik person. You take out the Efik or the Jones of him. You can't take it away. You cannot take it away. That is where we started, and we come up now to become Biafra as we are united force as Biafra. So we are on the same page. I understand where my brother
Christian was going. But that question had been answered long ago from Mazi. That is why most of the time when I come here, I remind people and I encourage people to speak in their own dialect. If you remember, there are some sisters that used to come and speak here before from Igede. Sometimes there's one that from I think Ibibio, one of our Ibibio sisters. When she comes, she speaks only on Ibibio.
Okay, choose.
So all those things are allowed. They are part of the exchange to make us not to forget whom we are. Go ahead, my brother Christian. Give your remark.
Yeah. So let me go to the main thing actually, because yesterday, I was very busy, but I watched your program, yesterday's program. I watched it afterwards, and I saw a video that you played, and I was wondering if it's a current video or something done long ago, where the video was Shetima, the Vice President Shetima, and he was in an aeroplane, and saying so specifically. I want to know, is it recent something?
This is something that happened their last Hajj. This is their last Hajj that happened. When was their last Salah they did or so? The last time they went to...
Is it this year?
I think it's this year. Should be this year. During their pilgrimage.
Well, okay.
Their pilgrimage. Let me get the video again.
Well, can I continue or do I wait for you?
Go ahead.
Yeah, so to be honest with you, right? When I saw it, I was like, okay, I have to first of all find out how recent it is, because when I watched the video, and this huge number of people, well, maybe I shouldn't say huge, but at least up to like 20 or more of these people, right? And I also watched the statement from the terrorist founder, Shetima, in an airplane. And I was like, what exactly is going on, depending on how recent the video is, the whole program is, because it seems to me like the level of confidence and comfort that the Zoo government found, so I begin to wonder, could it be that in their own estimation, when they look at what we do, maybe they don't feel the impact? It's like they're not perturbed. Like to them, it's like online stuff that we're doing, Biafra online or online. I don't, so I feel like, no, I'm not saying that we should or whatever, but I just feel like I'm not so pleased with their level of confidence to display what they displayed, and given what Shetima was saying on the phone, I think they feel like they're in charge, so much in charge that maybe we have to listen to the video because the things he was saying, and this is the same guy that went to United Nations where he confessed, he was telling the world that people have right to self-determine their life, self-determination. This was what he generalized it. Later, he became very specific on the Palestinian issue, but he kind of generalized it by saying that people have their God-given right, their alienable right to determine their future. So, but are they not aware of what Biafra is potent and what? So there's no impact. But again, I also understand that just like the saying goes, that you strike the sheep. Is it strike the shelter? The shepherd. Sorry, strike the shepherd and the sheep scattered. So invariably, the Zoo government and the British and some of them, they succeeded in striking the shepherd. And maybe, should I say, we're in the process of gathering now, because I'm telling you the truth, because I remember when SimonEkpa was around, they would be jittery, even though they will do it, but there won't be that so much confidence, and to be exhibiting this thing on our land, saying that it's happening in Imo State and the entire Eastern. What? You bring in your terrorists, and they are doing everything they can to bring it, and they don't even feel no any form of anxiety or fear in what they're doing. So I just feel like maybe we haven't intensified, or maybe, what do you think? So I want to, because again, you are somebody that even if we come and express or bring our opinion or feeling or findings in a way, you'll be able to either extend it to the government, or they will see it somehow. So I think this is part of the contribution we are making on individual basis. So that is the situation, my brother.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. On this video, let me play the video first of all. Then we can now
go piggy
talk before we proceed.
Being Uzodimma don't break another record for Imo State. This one at the international flight we come from Samu Bakwe International Cargo Airport, and the first beneficiaries for this international flight na Imo Muslims, where they go pilgrimage for their Hajj. All of them being happy, they talk. See, as all of them just they happy, they talk. As I hope Uzodimma don't do them well. And to witness this, he invites Vice President Kashim Shettima, the Sultan of Sokoto, and other top government officials. Take listen for waiting Vice President Shettima talks.
To play by the rules and regulations of the Saudi authorities. Becoming an architect of modern Imo, and by extension, modern South East. The President is mightily proud of him for his devotion to the Nigerian nation, for his sacrifice for the unity and progress of his.
So, my brother, on this very video, you see, this incident has been on, not just yesterday. This is not the first time they are going for this Hajj. Since Hope Uzodimma entered Imo State, Hope Uzodimma have always tried, right from the time of Buhari, he has always tried to project the Muslim ideology. Remember when he talked about paying for marriage for any citizen that is going to marry them?
Yeah.
Remember that? Mm-hmm. So this is just a propaganda. This is a propaganda they are using. They are using this propaganda against the people of that Igbo section, more especially that Imo State. It's a propaganda machine. This is propaganda they are doing. This is not the first time. They did it last year. Even right from the time of Buhari, Imo State government have been sponsoring people to Hajj. And when they sponsor it, they come, they play it, they talk about getting married and all that. So, but we know that this is not our culture, neither is it our religion. They are trying to force it on us by all means necessary. And this is what some of us are not paying attention to. When we are talking about Islamization of Nigeria, taking over our land, it is a process.
This is it. This is it.
That these people, their audacity is so much that if it can take them 100 years, they don't care.
Exactly.
If it will take 100 years, they do not care. But our people are not paying attention to this. The reason they are succeeding is because our people can sell their conscience for power.
Yeah.
They realize that there are people in our land that can sell their life. Just like my brother Igbo Best was saying, that our Biafrans in Germany, most of them do not want to know what is happening. They pretend it's not happening. You go to their platform, they are sharing jokes. They are sharing saga. Meanwhile, there is a war going on in their own villages.
Yeah.
I am not even telling you to come and preach Biafra. Don't preach Biafra. Can you please post the atrocities of Nigerian government, what they are doing in your village? Can you post it online on your state? Do not speak about Biafra. I am not telling you to speak about, just get this information. Just recently, we saw videos that are coming out. You see what Boko Haram is doing to their military. This is the same military that they were begging our people to come and join.
Yeah.
You see how they handed over their ammunition to the Boko Haram. And this is what they do. Boko Haram entered their camp, decimated their camp, and took over all the arms there was empty. I have the video here. I'll play the video. As time goes on, I'll play it. So this propaganda is what we are supposed to be concerned about and be focused and just increasing our speed to extract ourselves from this very contraption called Nigeria.
You
Some
know,
of us are not yet paying attention. Some of us still think it's a joke. But I bet you, before you know it, it will be too late.
That's why I use that word, that biblical word, strike the shepherd and the sheep scatters. So that is one area they've succeeded in. Now, if God helping us and our little effort, we might be able to gather again, whilst maybe some are still trying to scatter. That is the problem. Because I know that if they've not succeeded in striking the shepherd, by now, this thing you saw take place, okay, let's just say it was January, February, I don't know specifically what month it was, but by everything I know going on prior to this incarceration of PM, this won't happen, trust me, because things were put, the mechanism, everything was already in play to really push back. Now, but it's important that we realize, because again, I think it was like 2 weeks ago, thereabout, I saw a brother who is a YouTuber, Okechukwu. Maybe you probably have seen him or known him, whatever, because he was a Nollywood actor. So he happened to he had the opportunity to came on a platform of George Galloway. He's on a huge international platform, and to my surprise, I expected him as a Biafran, because I've also seen him in the time past when he talked about Biafra briefly, right? So I expected him. Look, it's not as if when you come on platform or international platform and talk about Nnamdi Kanu or about Biafra, that automatically translates into actualization. No, but every time you propagate it, it goes a long way. We're chipping out, slowly but surely. So every opportunity, and you're a Biafran that believes in Biafra, but of course, well, I don't know, maybe he doesn't believe in Biafra independent. Maybe he's a one Nigerianist, because from the interview that was granted him on George Galloway's platform, he was talking more like Pan-Africanist. We understand that Ibrahim Traore is doing well and need to be supported by not just every African, but entire black person world over, because he is pushing the narrative. He's changing the narrative with what he's doing, Ibrahim Traore. Now, but at the same time, as na you're supposed to talk about the unjust incarceration of Nnamdi Kanu for over 4 years now, and you don't know who is listening. Even if it's not like when you say people have to act, but it's send the message across about what the zoo is, what they are doing, the type of government, and the level of lawlessness that prevail in Nigeria. So that is why I was disappointed I had the opportunity, because that is so far the biggest platform he has spoken on, or spoken in rather. So, and for him not to have brought the issue of the massacre of Biafrans and the incarceration of Nnamdi Kanu, supported by the British, and George Galloway is somebody, he speaks the truth, regardless of the point where he stands, but he always go for the truth, regardless. So a situation like you're supposed to bring it up, but rather he didn't. Now, I've also seen yesterday on this JAMB educational system where, again, they are bringing a deliberate marginalization, deliberate subjugation. And I don't know if you've seen it, the Yoruba guy was sharing tears. I think, how do you explain that? Well, but you have to, how does such a thing happen that all the 5 states in the East were completely thrown out? How is that possible? Then Lagos, because I saw it on Okocha Marcel's platform, also from the name. Oh, sorry, brother. I have something. Maybe I will come back. Sorry about that.
Okay. So, as we are saying, just like the person he mentioned the name, the Okechukwu, he mentioned his name. Okechukwu, we know there was a time Okechukwu was pursuing the Biafran cause, talking about Biafra. These are people, I believe, are looking for their own personal interests and popularity. That is how I see Okechukwu. Okechukwu is just going for his own personal popularity. He's not a freedom fighter like some of us. The way we are going, you focus on one thing and pursue it. Okechukwu has been from one thing to the other. There was a time he was pursuing the cause of Osu. He said that the Osu must be abolished in Igbo land, and he did so many things, talked about so many things, that after the abolishment of Osu, that Biafra will come. After that, that's the only thing that's remaining, that's what Chukwu Kabema said we should do. And he went ahead to go and do the ceremony and all that. And after that, he never spoke about Biafra again. He disappeared. So when you see him on different platforms, he will be talking today. He's talking about America. He's talking about Trump. So many things. He's just such a person who is chasing any trending topic. Whatever is trending is where he's going. So Okechukwu is not like us, who is pursuing our own cause. Something that has to do with our future, our life, our generation unborn. I have no other message on this platform except the message of Biafra. Any day I stop preaching Biafra, that is the end of my stay on this platform, and I end it. I cannot be here and be preaching something else. I don't do that. So people like that are looking for their own personal popularity. That is what I see it. Whatever is trending is where he goes. So I don't really pay attention to it. I saw that his interview with that man, that white man. So, but I didn't want to pay attention because I know his own line of thought is very different from what we are pursuing. And we must continue. My beloved sister, Ojugo, please go ahead and take the mic and speak to us. My sister Ojugo, are you there?
Yes, I am. Okay.
Go ahead.
Good morning, Bro Chooks. Good morning, Igbo Fest, and every other person on the platform, on the comment section, and wherever you are listening to this program. God bless you. About you, yesterday, I don't know if you came out in the morning as usual because I didn't get any signal.
I came out, but I closed the program on time. I spent just 2 hours and I left.
Okay, because I searched and searched. I didn't see you the platform live. So I said, okay, maybe you did not come out or something. Or maybe they block us from knowing that you're there. Okay. That, by the way. Yesterday was MaziSimonEkpaNjoku's court, which has been adjourned. And the way it went there yesterday, it was, I don't know. Thank God they will not know until the end of the business of holding in the color. Because I don't know why they're holding him. Nigeria should be standing trial for their crime, not him. That's by the way. And then I know that anytime that Brochu stamp out, he always said this platform is Biafra platform. And you can speak in any language that you're confident with. And we have been talking that we need people from different languages because Biafra comprises different languages, the mother tongue. And we have to speak on those mother tongue so that if you don't understand English very well, you understand Igbo. Whatever language that you speak. So, Igbo first, you're welcome. And when my brother Igbo first was saying about the nonchalant attitude of our people, it's real. It's fact. And you'll be questioning yourself. what is going on? Why are we nonchalant about what is going on in our own village? Not just the Biafra. What is going on in your own state? Can we talk about that? Those of you that are on all these social media, Twitter, blah, blah, me, I'm not in any of them. I am only in WhatsApp and Twitter. And Twitter, I only follow, is it 4? Ugo 247, Dr. Orabueze, and it's a Biafra War Room. That's all I have. And then Simon Ekpa. That's all I follow on Twitter. And that's all I know. So if you know those people that are in all this TikTok, they should use that platform. It's a very wide platform that a lot of youth this time go to have that TikTok. Instead of going there, showing their nakedness and what they happen in the bedroom, they bring it out. They should talk something. Go to people doing that kind of a thing. I know there's some of them use it for business or to, I don't know if TikTok pay them like YouTube do. I have no idea what happened there. But if they're using it to generate money, there are things that they can do also. Short clips that they can, put out, and it will attract people to even watch their thing more than coming out to show their nakedness. So, but our people are so nonchalant attitude. And I don't know why. It's not just in Germany. In US here, the same. The same. Our people, here go to church, they're calling me Biafra woman. And they will start laughing. As some will say, don't play with her with the Biafra. Because I was mad with one person that tried to, telling me, you think that Biafra is realistic. Oh, the church got into fire that day. So since that time, they started laughing, when they see me, they say Biafra woman, and they start laughing. And then you see others saying, don't even near me with that joke. Because I don't play with it. I don't play with it. The organization that I belong to here, what they know me there is Ada Biafra, because that's what my WhatsApp shows, Ada Biafra. If I make a call on WhatsApp, that's what it shows you there, Ada Biafra. So, we pray that, because I don't know how else to put it, and I don't know how else, what we're going to do for people to understand this and know what is going on. Everybody is talking about Ibrahim. He's a human being. He's a young man.
Of course. It's a human being.
Most of us are older than him. I am older than him 20 times. I think he's about 30-something years. So I'm older than him even up to 10 years. He's a young man. And everybody is praising, what are you doing? You that is praising him, a man like you, that tomorrow night you come to talk. That's a man. That's a real man. What are you doing in your own state? A lot of people come from this Imo state we're talking about. Nosonkwa is there generating money on YouTube talking rubbish. Were they not there when this thing happened in Imo? Was this not in Imo state that it happened? Or is it something they created in Abuja? No.
Imo State.
Last year, the same thing happened last year. When Simon was there, the same thing happened.
The same thing. Every year they sponsor, must sponsor people to Hajj.
So anybody saying the sheep, the shepherd was captured? No, this thing happened last year. This one and the one for last year, they were not wearing uniform like this. Because I remember vividly when Simon showed that off last year. And then this year, now, they got that freedom because nothing happened last year. When they carry this out, that's why we say cancer is not treated. If you don't cut cancer off, it spread rapidly. Now, do you see them now on a uniform? In Imo State, they're all gallant men of the northerners. They were at the forefront. Nothing happened. But someone is there shouting. You know, why our own, what do you call it? Like what do they call it? People that gives us information. The informants, were they not there? Did they see this happening? To go and blow, even if it's one boom there, everybody, it don't even have to kill any, just boom, everybody will scatter. Everybody will scatter. Concern Kwakwa comes out on the social media, calling him the state governor. To come and do what? A man like yourself. Let me tell you, this one you see now, it happened before Easter. Let me clarify it. If you remember, the week they closed school for 1 week. They do that their stuff before Easter, because when they are doing theirs, even the Jewish people are also doing what they call, I think, the Passover, where they eat only unleavened bread. Also, and then and then the Christians are doing the Easter on. So this thing you see is just a few months ago, because we just celebrated Easter last month. So that thing you see there is between February, March of this year. And so, let me tell you, next year, you will see more powerful one, because nothing happened to them. That before, you can't. They just relax. They know that we cannot do anything, because that's what they're telling us on our face. Can we do? Don't worry about this Biafra thing. They're just agitating. It's just hungry people. I've told to come and get amnesty so we can pay them. They don't want to hear. This is just what they understand. And that's why a lot of us are still believing, is this Biafra realistic? Because this thing they show now in Imo City, it's going to go very far. Let us not think it's just ending here. No. It's go very far to international body to show them how we are all in peace. That's what it's going to show. That we are all in peace. And that's what Tetema is trying to show. How Uzodoma is making maybe tomorrow he will be the president. Maybe that's why he's preparing himself. Tomorrow he will be the president.
Of course, that's what all of them is pursuing.
Yes, because they know that he got them. Uzodoma got them. And so if we don't stand up, but let this May 30th come, we finish notifying the world, and I hope they shoot this all, whatever that happened there on all our platform, because so that we can share it live to our people. Because like this program, I share it every day to my family to know what we're doing and where we are. We'll make sure it go live. I hope they're able to get like some local channels that can shoot this, and all these African people. I was lucky. I think it was on Tuesday. I got into Twitter space and I saw African having a meeting, coming together to talk. Luckily, our DPM was there. I found myself so lucky, and I had the opportunity to talk. Like real high calibers of people were there. A DPM was there.
Yeah.
So I hope that they put this in the space right there as it's happening. So we can share it in all platforms where we belong, and people will watch. So yes, our people were still very behind. We're not getting it, or we're getting it and we're deceiving ourselves. Back to Nnamdi Kanu, the man that they question on Nnamdi Kanu. That didn't happen in 2021. I remember vividly, it happened in May. It was May 2021. I was in Biafra land. I was in that Imo State airport because, Chooks, you said that, I think I listened to your program after, where you said Monday's supposed to be stayed at home. Yes. We went home for a burial back home. Our brother died in US here, so we took the body home, and so we were home when that thing happened. So as immediately we finished the burial, we had that announcement. Our agent called us and said, hey, the clear Monday sit at home, and probably the airport will not work.
Yes.
That we should move immediately. My dear, we packed everything, very early in the morning Sunday. And as we are approaching that airport, that incident, the killing of that man just happened.
Wow.
Yes. We saw the car, we saw everything. The military were everywhere. Everywhere. That day, we were so scared. And then we got to the airport immediately, and everywhere was calm. They were just putting everybody in any available flight, taking us down to Lagos. So I made that incident. Not really when it was happening. It was just that morning. You could see the car, the tires, the one in the bush, everything was still almost like fresh when we got there. Military were everywhere. They asked us to come out, they check you, and then you move. So I don't know how this, and that man came to, he gave Uzodinma certificate of governorship or something like that.
Exactly.
Yes, because when we got to the airport, that was what was the topic of the day, that he came to hand over the certificate of governorship. My mind was, it was Uzodinma and his cohort that killed that man, because...
Of course, even Uzodinma himself confessed that it's a political motivated killing.
Yes, because...
On a video.
Yes, he said it on the video. And because it is so clear, it is political motivated. Do we know that somebody like that even came? Do we have idea? No. Why was the person not given a security? Why? Because that was the question that was going on in the airport that day. Was it by himself? Were they sneaking him inside the airport? So the accusation was it was Uzodinma because he knows the man. The man came to him. The man gave him certification. He knows when the man left, and then he asked people to go and nullify him. So if Uzodinma say political motivated, he knows what happened to the man.
He knows. That was when he was in a battle with he had a battle with
the Hausa man. Yes, Okorocha. Yes. So he knows what happened. His team, they know what happened to the man. How they brought this a little, even thought about it, bringing it close to Nnamdi Kanu is what even I don't even understand.
It's really shocking. Yesterday, they brought it again. Yesterday, they went and brought. They said they brought the test of his death, the death certificate or whatever, cause of death certificate.
But what you see? Why Nnamdi Kanu should not stand this trial?
Exactly. That is why we are shouting.
They're just carrying everything around.
They want to indict him by all means necessary.
Yes. Uzodinma himself came out and said, "This is politically motivated, and this is a man that handed Uzodinma certificate of governorship, and then the next day was leaving to go home, to go back to airport, and he was assassinated." Just, my dear, it's just inside. You know, when you're entering Imo State Airport, there's a road you will just enter. You see nothing until you get to that airport. It was outside the sketch of the town.
You see?
That's where that incident. It's like, you just enter the airport, and then it's like a mile or so to enter where you will fly out with the whole body of the airport. So it's out of the sketch of the town that this happened, right inside the track road that goes straight to the airport. That's where this thing happened. So I don't know where Nnamdi Kanu come into this. They shouldn't even bring this at all. This is why they should dismiss this stupid thing that they're doing. Didn't they hear the video where Uzodinma came and said this is political motivated? Why are they doing this to Nnamdi Kanu, for crying out loud? And we're quiet. Let's see where this thing is gonna end. And this is why all these people are taking advantage of us. MaziSimonEkpa over there, Nnamdi Kanu over there, Wazirika over there. Because they don't think it's real. They don't think that this Biafra is achievable. Look at Uzodinma gallivanting in Imo State, which he was into hiding. Look at him. Gentle. Your tax I am giving you is to make sure Uzodinma does not gallivant in Imo State. It should be your primary tax for messing your family, almost wiping out your family. Look at, put them in uniform to make them so loud in the world. Everything is okay in Imo State. We all accept ourselves, Muslim, Christian, everybody is welcome. That's what it's portraying. Exactly. That's what it's doing in the world. And we're here. My brother, I'll leave it there. Leave it there.
Thank you so much, my beloved sister. Yeah, you have spoken well. And that is what we are asking. Why the desperate pursuit of indictment against MaziSimonEkpa and Nnamdi Kanu? Why are they so desperate to indict them? Why? Even when it is very clear that these people have not committed any crime anywhere. Very clear. Nnamdi Kanu did his broadcast in United Kingdom. For more than a decade, he was never invited even one day for interrogation. The United Kingdom have one of the best police in the world. They have one of the best places in the world. That if Nnamdi Kanu was committing a crime, was inciting or doing something that is against the law for more than a decade, they would have taken him. Some of us who are watching this program, you know one Yoruba guy that was preaching against the Igbo people. I've forgotten that his name. What's that his name? There is one Yoruba guy that was always calling for the death of the Igbos. He was broadcasting in the United Kingdom. He was always calling for the death of the Igbo. That's not everything. The only thing he preached against is against the Igbo. He even encouraged the Yoruba people to go after the Igbos in Lagos State. This guy preached that message for only, about 2 years or a year plus. And the United Kingdom police came against him. Today, he is in jail, serving terrorism case, because the evidence was very clear. How can Nnamdi Kanu be in the United Kingdom, preach that, made the broadcast for more than a decade? He was never one day called for questioning because he didn't commit any crime. He was not doing anything wrong. He was not doing anything wrong. He was asking for self-determination for his own people and creating awareness of the evil that is happening in Nigeria. The United Kingdom knew that Nnamdi Kanu was innocent. They have nothing against him. There is no way they can go and arrest him or do anything. But what did they do? They know that there is a place where illegality can work. They know there is a place where the rule of law does not apply. They waited for Kenya. They used Kenya and they lured Nnamdi Kanu into Kenya. And Kenya government boldly went after Nnamdi Kanu, allowed the zoo in their own soil. Nnamdi Kanu entered Kenya legally with British passport. He flew in with British passport. And they took Nnamdi Kanu. At the airport, not even Nnamdi Kanu came to airport before they took him. Tortured him for 8 days. And they said they were not aware. Kenyan government was denying. That someone that flew into your country that was kidnapped near your airport, you didn't aware. 8 days in your country, tortured, you didn't aware. Private jet flew into Kenya and took Nnamdi Kanu and they extraordinarily renditioned him to Nigeria. And you claim you didn't aware. Today, they bring him to their court boldly after committing international crime, after committing those illegality, kidnap, extraordinary rendition, torture, human rights abuse. They violated every law known to man, and yet they came boldly to their court. In their own court, Nnamdi Kanu still defeated them. They refused to leave him, and they sent him back to start the case afresh. And today, they are trying to indict him by all means necessary. Why? Look at our Prime Minister MaziSimonEkpaNjoku. Our Prime Minister, just yesterday, was it yesterday or so? We saw the update. Look at the latest update that our DPM posted. Update from Finland. All charges dropped and case dismissed for the 4 United States of Biafra citizens. All charges as terrorist financier for the 4 innocent Biafrans arrested in conjunction with our Prime Minister SimonEkpaNjoku by Finland have been dropped and case dismissed. Did you hear me? The charges has been dropped and case dismissed, but yet the Finnish authority are still holding our Prime Minister MaziSimonEkpaNjoku, and they say they're investigating. The 4 people that you charge, 4 Biafrans, innocent Biafrans, these people, they took their name and put their name in the terrorist list. They closed their bank account. They cannot do their businesses. They detained them for 2 months. And their name remained in the terrorist list until just recently, the whole case dismissed.
Is it for including the PM or?
No, the other 4 people, the case PM has not been mentioned yet.
Oh, so in other words, the 4 they are good to go, but the PM not.
Yeah.
They
are still holding on our PM.
Oh, okay. Wow.
All charges as terrorist financier for the 4 innocent Biafran arrested in conjunction with our Prime Minister SimonEkpaNjoku by Finland have been dropped and case dismissed. And yet they are holding our Prime Minister. Which evidence do Finland have to continue to hold our prime minister? And I have said it. Every one of us that followed MaziSimonEkpa, right from when MaziNaneka was around, from the very first day MaziSimonEkpa started the agitation on this level, MaziSimonEkpa did not do anything in secret. He went to Finland authority and informed them officially on video. The video is still out there. The day he submitted letter to their presidency, he was on video. The day he submitted petition to the house there, it was on video. The day they invited him, that he gave a speech, it was on video. And before we went for our first convention in Finland, the Finland authority were aware. They know what we are doing and they approved it. It wasn't a terrorist organization. So are you telling me when we came for the first convention in Finland, we were a terrorist organization, and then you left us to come and conduct a convention in Finland? And this year again, MaziSimonEkpa went to inform them that we are not only conducting convention this year, we are going to declare Biafra in Finland. And the declaration is what Biafrans are coming to do. They are going to fly in from different parts of the country, and after that declaration, now Biafra will become a sovereign state, and we cease to answer Briggy. We become the United States of Biafra, and we will go ahead and pursue recognition and restoration fully on the ground. He told the Finnish authority, and they said, go ahead. In one of the videos, even when he went and told the police, they told him, but you know that this will spark a global attention. MaziSimonEkpa said, I know. Yes, I know. So when we are saying all this, most of this I'm saying here are on video. They were done on video. But today, the Finnish authority came back and told us that they are investigating MaziSimonEkpa of sponsoring or joining a terrorist organization. So they are telling me that the brigade MaziSimonEkpa brought to Finland last year and brought them again this year and transformed them into the United States of Biafra is a terrorist organization. Is that what they're telling me? Where did that come from? The Biafrans they arrested, innocent Biafrans, destroying their businesses, destroying their names. No compensation has been paid. They only come and told us that you have dropped all charges and case dismissed. In a country like Finland, a developed country in 21st century, country that claimed to have a high standard, a high level of human rights stand, and yet you could see what they are doing. What else could permit this kind of attitude? What else? Except the quest to take over our resources. The quest to serve their own selfish interests. It is about them and not about us. Nobody cares about us, how we feel, what happens to us, nobody cares. What happens to us, nobody cares. That is why today, Finland has a first-hand information of the situation of Biafra. Right from 1967, before MaziSimonEkpa was born, they were aware. They were very much aware. It's not as if they were aware. They have more information than even what MaziSimonEkpa has given to them. But yet, today, they are joining Nigerian government, trying by all means necessary to indict the Prime Minister of Biafra, Republic of MaziSimonEkpa, a man who has served Finland diligently, served in the military, served in the policies, served as a consular, have a legal firm in Finland, a lawyer, a man that had masters in international law, a taxpayer in Finland, a man who has always praised them and loved them with all his heart. You could see most of our program. He will raise the flag of Finland and he will sing their national anthem with the flag on his chest. But today, they threw all that to trash. And they are telling us that they're investigating MaziSimonEkpa. Dropping the charges on the 4 people that we accused, along with MaziSimonEkpa, that they were trouble financing. That alone shows you that MaziSimonEkpa is innocent. Those 4 people stepping away, taking them away, dismissing the charges against them, shows that the main person they are holding is innocent. But the only contract is take him away, silence him, make sure he doesn't come online and speak to people, make sure he doesn't protect his people, make his people vulnerable so that we can do what we want to do. But I bet you, Biafra does not depend on one man. Biafra doesn't depend on one man. Just like you took MaziNnamdi away and you think it will end it. All the way from our leader, DPMDrNgoziOrabueze. The same template is what they play. Our eternal leader, DPMDrNgoziOrabueze, they played him, they told him to come and join politics. Form ABGA. With ABGA, you can change things. With ABGA, you can bring Biafra. With ABGA, just like they are telling MaziNnamdi today, oh, go and turn IPOB to a political organization. Nonsense. Arrant nonsense. That was what they told our eternal leader, DPMDrNgoziOrabueze. They told Ojukwu, form ABGA. From ABGA, you can begin to have a political voice. From political voice, then you can now create a force. And now you can begin to ask for Biafra. From ABGA. Today, the people that are living ABGA are the people that don't want to hear Biafra. Soludo in Anambra State today is one of the people that is standing on top of Biafra and have sworn over his dead body will MaziNnamdi cannot be released. The ABGA that they deceive our eternal DPMDrNgoziOrabueze to form. Our eternal leader, with all his popularity, could not be able to win vote in his own ward in Nigerian politics. He could not be able to win. Can you imagine? Our eternal leader, DPMDrNgoziOrabueze, one of the most popular men in Nigeria today, not just in Biafra land, one of the most popular men in Nigeria today, could not be able to win vote in his own ward. In his own ward, he couldn't be able to win it. They deceive him. They deceive him just to disgrace him. The same way they deceived Wazirike too. They deceived Wazirike, captured his men, and his men come and told him that they have now surrendered. They told Wazirike, persuaded him to hands off. Hands off, your men have surrendered. There's nothing you can do. If you don't, we kill you. Wazirike surrendered. And MaziNnamdi continued. Today, they are still telling MaziNnamdi. They came to play this the drama of Wazirike and MaziNnamdi, capturing the IPOB in Nigeria. They captured the IPOB established by MaziNnamdi and they transformed it into IPOB Nigeria. The ESN MaziNnamdi created, the DOS took the ESN and handed over to the governors. I am not just saying it. The one they call Chike Dozieha confessed to it on audio. He confessed. Most of us have seen the video. You have seen the audio. I have the audio with me. He confessed that they gave the governors, the governor came to them to hand over ESN to them. They handed over ESN to the governors, and the governors came back and began to say they captured a camp. Even Hope, what is this idiot in Anambra State, came out and told us that now the IPOB are working with us. They are now working with us. We are in partner with them. The same thing they did to Wazirike was what they wanted to do to MaziNnamdi. But luckily for MaziNnamdi, he has already handed over and had somebody who is born for the assignment. MaziSimonEkpa did not stop. MaziSimonEkpa took up the mantle and said, I will make the kidnap of MaziNnamdi useless in your hand. I will make the kidnap of MaziNnamdi useless. He didn't just say it. He made that kidnap useless. And when they found out that Biafra has even gotten more power and more strength, become more stronger than ever, they had no choice. They were confused. They didn't know what to do. They began to plot against MaziSimonEkpa. From all angles, from all corners. They begin to make their plans against MaziSimonEkpa. They begin to tell lies. People who hated MaziNnamdi overnight, they begin to preach MaziNnamdi. They tell you, oh, he was a good man. Oh, he's an innocent man. Oh, he's a very great guy. Oh, he's our voice. The only person who knows his people. But when this man was there talking, they don't want to see him. They didn't want to hear from him. They called him different kinds of names. They hated him. In fact, the people that are today calling for MaziNnamdi, pretending to join MaziNnamdi in the court, including Ohaneze Igbo, including the people who call themselves the Igbo World Congress, every single one of them today that is actively coming to court to show face themselves, they actively participated in the kingdom of MaziNnamdi. Most of them contributed financially. The governors you see today that we are pretending, the governors are talking to this MaziNnamdi. When they saw that the release of MaziNnamdi is imminent and it is inevitable, they came out again and they sent their senators to go and to the House of Senate and cast a vote and said that MaziNnamdi should not be released. The governors in the Southeast actively participated in the kidnapping of MaziNnamdi and they contributed money, including Soludo. Hope who's on them. They paid money, they contributed money. The Senate you are seeing today that is telling you that they want to release MaziNnamdi, those Senate you see, that Senate you see, they participated actively. They contributed money. They contributed money through Andy Oba, the one that died. Is it Andy Oba or Peter Oba? Which one died? The one that died. That one that died in Ifeanyi Oba. Ifeanyi Oba, they contributed money. He was the one that made the arrangement for the private jet that they used to kidnap MaziNnamdi and bring him to Nigeria. The people who worked with Ifeanyi Oba today, some of them come to court to come and embrace MaziNnamdi. Oh, he's a good man. They come to the national TV. They say, oh, he's a good man. He's a very nice man. The same thing that is happening today. Now they twist, they change. Now the only enemy they see today is MaziSimonEkpa. You go to their platform, they say, oh, that's SimonEkpa. And that one is not fighting for Biafra. We don't even know what he's fighting for. They ask them, what is different between MaziNnamdi and MaziNnamdi? This MaziNnamdi is a nice guy. He was talking about the fate of the Biafran people. He was talking about the Igbo people. But MaziSimonEkpa, we don't even know what he's fighting for. He's just a hoodlum. He's just this. The same language they were using against MaziNnamdi. Today, eye is on MaziSimonEkpa. They went up to the extent of putting a bounty in the head of MaziSimonEkpa, dead or alive. The people he was fighting. They pushed and pushed and pushed, and finally today, you see the situation we are now. MaziNnamdi held captive. The government of Nigeria is fighting so hard to indict him by all means necessary. Can you imagine that a man who came out and spoke about his death, as if MaziNnamdi knew, MaziNnamdi even beforehand put a defense on the death of Gulag. The sit at home was stipulated to be on Monday, but Gulag was murdered on Sunday. If had it been that it is on Monday, they will say it is MaziNnamdi sit at home order. But this thing happened on Sunday. But yet, they drag it, they bring it to MaziNnamdi. Even when Gulag himself mentioned the name of the person that killed him, Mongunu, Major General Ahmed Mongulu, was the person that murdered Gulag. Gulag himself spoke about this man. They had a problem. But they used Hope Uzodinma to lure Gulag into Imo State, to take him out, to turn around and blame IPU. But eventually, by then, Hope Uzodinma have not seen the full script that is being played. Maybe, just maybe, he has not seen the full script. Until when they have shown him the full, go and meet Hope Uzodinma today. Hope Uzodinma will not exonerate MaziNnamdi or IPOB. He will not. But then, Hope Uzodinma was seen on video that is still online today. I'm trying to look for that video, where he said that the death of Gulag was politically motivated. He has nothing to do with IPOB. He mentioned has nothing to do with IPOB. When they broke prison, he came out and said, the people that broke this prison, many of them are not from Imo State and has nothing to do with IPOB. But today, go and meet him. He will not be saying the same thing. because they have shown him the full script on what to do. The only thing he's doing today is carrying the Igbo Biafrans to Hajj, changing their religion and giving them whatever they want, pushing the agenda of taking over our land. That is where he is, in order to retain his power. Why the desperate pursuit to indict MaziSimonEkpa and Nnamdi Kanu? The only reason they are desperate is to take over our land. The Janjaweed want our land. The Western world want our resources. The same contract they signed from amalgamation. From the time of amalgamation, remember, even the Hausa Janja, the Fulani Janjaweed did not want to Nigeria. While Awolowo and Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe, we are busy talking about independence. The Hausa say they are not ready. They say they are not ready yet. They were not ready until they were convinced that if you do not join this very amalgamation, that you don't have resources to keep yourself. Join the amalgamation. We are going to put the resources in your hand so that you can use it to develop yourself. That was what brought the Janjaweed to agree in this one Nigeria business you are seeing today. They never wanted to be part of it. And the contract is, we are going to be allowed to take the resources while you take the land. Because already they know the Janjaweed are foreigners. These people are not Nigerians. The Fulanis are not Nigerians. They are not Nigerians. Fulanis are foreigners. They are not Nigerians. Othman Danfodio was the first terrorist that entered Nigeria. Othman Danfodio, the very first terrorist that entered Nigeria and took over Hausa land, used Hausa people to conquer themselves and took over Hausa land. He wasn't a Nigerian man. The very first Fulani man that entered Nigeria, Othman Danfodio, was a terrorist. They promised him land. You take the land, we take the resources. It is still that business of taking land and taking resources. That is why they want to indict MaziSimonEkpa and Nnamdi Kanu by all means necessary. My fellow Biafrans, until you know that the restoration of Biafra does not have to lie on one person. It does not have to lie. It might be you tomorrow. You might take up the charge tomorrow. It might be the responsibility might fall on you tomorrow. Every one of us has to be prepared. You that is watching me on the comment section, you that is observing, be prepared. It is not about MaziSimonEkpa, Nnamdi Kanu, or Dr. NgoziOrabueze alone. Dr. NgoziOrabueze never knew that she will be where she is today. She never knew that the mantle will fall on her. She never knew. Just like MaziSimonEkpa never knew. It can fall on you tomorrow. And don't say you're going to wait for anybody. Don't wait. It is forward ever and backward never. And we will continue to speak. And we will continue to speak no matter what the enemies are doing, are saying. Do not get discouraged and do not step back. My brother Anderson, take 2 minutes and speak to us. Let's hear you. Anderson, go ahead. Unmute yourself. Let's hear you. Unmute yourself, Anderson.
I done that.
Unmute yourself, Anderson.
I'm trying. Okay.
Okay, go ahead. We can hear you.
Okay. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, brothers. Good afternoon, Biafrans all over the whole world. It is my pleasure to have you again on this very day in the studio. I really, when each time I come into the studio or I listen to your program, I used to be filled with a different spirit entirely. And I continue to pray, like I always prayed, and I will continue. That God will never let us down. This is a battle that is beyond human. But the power in heaven, the spring being, is the one leading us into this battle. And certainly, our victory is sacrosanct, and no man born of a woman that will put a stop to it. No matter how they plan, no matter their alliances, no matter the global conspiracies, no matter how the evil has grown to against the Biafrans, they will all be shocked at the end of it all. And the greatest part of the shock will go to the so-called the elite, the criminal, the bloodsuckers and the killers of their people in Biafra land that call themselves politicians. The Fulani stooges and British servants that are always abating suffering of their people and inviting the enemies to come and take over the land of their people. Hence, they are very useless. Hence, they are far from knowing God. Hence, they worship the devils of this world, and they believe that they've joined the evil forces of this world that rule, and they stay in high places. So they believe that even though the land of their ancestors is taken, that they are saved because they are no more, they are less human, and they are not worth existing. On this issue of Gulag and the Nigeria Burha, it is quite very clear. As soon as that incident took place, our supreme leader was still on space. He declared and made it open to the whole world and give thanks to Almighty God that their plan has failed. That the intention and the plan was in dead Biafrans, but as God will have it, the evil that they plotted against us returned back to them. And this man himself, Gulag, made it open before the whole world that General Ali Mongunu is the person in fact going after his life. It was the Nigerian propaganda orchestrated and managed by the government of Buhari after this man exposed the evil that is going on in the dirty and the demonic enclave that they call Nigeria, that they now ask the hopeless one in Imo State, the one who never supposed to come into the line of leadership. But if Nigeria, if this is a country, if Nigeria is truly a country, by now Opus Odema would have been gone. By now, the moths would have eaten his dead body. He was purely convicted and a sentence for death. If Nigeria is working and they do the right thing, a murderer he is, a criminal, an armed robber is, he has started it, and this is the kind of people that Nigerians so much cherish. Armed robbers, murderers, so that they always bring them and put them in the forefront of leadership to go and cause the damages and control system of a useless and falsehood entity that they call a government. Nothing, Nigeria has nothing against Nnamdi Kanu. Even as we are talking, the whole world, no, that is why you see. That is why you understand that it does not matter how long, it does not matter the evil they do, all of them will be put to shame. If not God fighting for us. And one thing that gives me joy that even before now, our spirit leader knew quite well about all this. He's a prophet, and he has made a prophecy even beforehand. Just like Jesus Christ was telling his disciples that the one that dipped in the dish and ate my bread is lifting heel against him. He told them even before the IPOB in Nigeria, led by Chicken Edozie and the hopeless Emma Powerful, the unseen Emma Powerful that is nowhere to be seen, only talking trash, a ghost. He made it clear that these people will betray him. Let me tell us one thing. I feel I knew quite well that he's going, he will be betrayed. But even before they had told the whole world that they can go and do all they are doing, their evil and global conspiracy against the Biafra. But at the end of it all, they will let Biafra go. Because this is not Biafra fighting, but the time is set. And the Supreme Being is one directing all this. What they are doing, the shenanigans they are doing, is a shame. They are, in fact, if Nigeria is not new, it's not new to falsehood. Falsehood is another name to Nigeria. Criminality, propaganda, and evil. And it gives joy to the Western world because it needs they flourish. It needs they thrive. It is not hidden that these people, the 70% of most especially the UK government survivor, lies in this enclave this demonic enclave that they instituted and name it Nigeria, the gloomy environment, a dark place. Even them knew quite well that they've instituted a dark home from which they will be surviving, because by so doing, they will be making away with all that's supposed to be the life of the people and make life standard available and standard for the masses of that entity. It is not hidden. We knew it quite well that these people, they are in alliance with the Fulani jihadists, because even it was a contest between them and the Fulani. They entered into agreement. The Fulanis were not giving them an easy ride when they were trying to come in. But the Fulanis also, they were fighting in their terrorism act to take over the north. So seeing the coming of the British, they see it as a kind of a trespass. So the Fulanis killed numbers of the British voyages that came until when they entered into this agreement of let us ally together and steal what did not belong to us. Since the world has no conscience any longer, there's no more shame. What is happening today even in Finland? It has British connection. It has UK connection. Ordinarily, Finland doesn't have that mindset, but it made it clear for everybody to understand that you must not trust anybody that is coming from the Western world. No matter how long you stay with them, no matter what you share with them, they are just seeing you, taking you like the way the Fulanis and the Islamic group here in Nigeria and the Hausas will take you if you are not a Muslim. There's another universal language. There's Sabo the Kaza, Behana Yankishi. No matter how related, no matter how you are close to a chicken, it does not stop you from catching it and slaughtering it any day you want. The relationship does not count. That you train the chickens and then you like them because they are your birds. Does not mean that anytime, anywhere you cannot, catch any of them and any of the chicken and slaughter it. This is what is going on in the Western world. And it is a kind of a fear. I don't know what is that is fear, but I know that thing that is giving them fear will later end them. But they know the truth and they are trying to corner it. They are falsifying everything. Even when we are telling them that this is what belongs to us, we are peaceful people, we have never taken anything that not belong to us, we are people of good conscience, this is our own. Let it be for us so that we can be on our own and manage ourselves. We can sit, relate together and be friends. But only them know what they are afraid of. But that thing will make them, will perish them. For the sake of those who still believe in God and serve God in truth and sincerity, these people will not survive this. And I am one of them. And as I'm speaking, the anger in me, I'm feeling like let it be that what Nigeria is trying to invite, because they are trying to initiate another war. But if that be, but I am already enlisted in the Nigerian army. I want to see, for me to live and see this mess and caricature, suppression and subjugation that we're into, why would I not die as a hero and the rest in peace? We're living a life that dead, kind of, dead but alive. Are you not seeing to tell you that the British did not want anything to come out from the African continent? And most especially, there's so much cherished company in Nigeria. Till today and till tomorrow, it is not hidden, it is in the open that the UK still manage and control the government of Nigeria directly and indirectly. Look at the current plan now. The shame. If these so-called idiots know what is shame, the Tinubu government is rejoicing that they've bring together the morons and the smelling sticky elites that they call politicians in Nigeria to go and unveil the achievements of 2 years in his office in England, in UK. What a shame. You are governing a country that you say is a country free of external intervention or supervision, and everything you are doing, You're always traveling to that. Are you governing? Is Tinubu ruling UK? What is taking them to UK to unveil the 2 years achievement of his office? When the people you are subjugating here are suffocating here, are dying every day in masses. It is not hidden any longer. Terrorists is already overrunning the whole place in Nigeria. And only because we are the Nambikanu who said no, and SimonEkpa stands to say no, that we will not allow foreigners from the Sahel, from the Futadelo to take our central land. That is the offense that they've committed before the criminal and demonic entity they call Nigeria, and before the face of UK and their allies from around the whole world. Benue is taken. Benue is fully taken to the core. Maiduguri is being overrun, and is getting invited, is growing on a kind of arithmetic progression. The activities of terrorists is growing on arithmetic progression, if not geometric. Plateau is taken. Go to the Senate and watch where some of them are complaining bitterly on what is going on, and there is no answer to it. Who are the terrorists? Who are those persons? To the extent I am telling you, as I'm speaking right now, the terrorists now, they use this drone. Who is sponsoring them? And why is nobody checkmating it? That is because it's a global agenda. So that after overrunning the north, the middle belt, the west, then also they will cheaply go and take overrun Biafra land. And they are thinking it's going to be possible. It's like they don't know that we are all of, in fact, the Biafrans are ready to die for what we know that is our ancestral heritage. No matter how they come, no matter how they plan. And it will shock them to their stupor. When the Almighty God Himself, Yahweh Elohim, will show them what they never expect that is going to take place. You are trying, you said that SimonEkpa has committed an offense. You are investigating for more than how many months, for goodness sake. A month is not 1 day. A month is not 2 days, not 1 week. It counts 30 days and some 31 days. You are investigating what? Telling us that is the way of the Western system. They take time, taking time because you are in alliance with an evil entity called Nigeria to stop and to make sure that this man is not fighting for the freedom of people and the protection of the people, or speaking as a voice for the millions that have been, subjugated and suffocated in the Biafra land. And the agenda is running very, very swiftly to take over what belongs to us, so that we not have a place on this surface earth. Thia has nothing against SimonEkpa. To their shame, they have invited to themselves shame that will never have an end. All the shenanigans is in the play. All the propaganda, even the kids know that they are being shameless. They are being lured into misbehaving and they're belittling themselves. They are being lured by an evil entity to rubbish what is left of them as a respect and dignity. Thinking that by showing after all this, they are going to escape the wrath of God and the wrath of the Biafrans. We're always telling them as a warning. So, brother, sorry, there was a kind of so, brothers, really, what you see us passing through, God knows about it. But let them know that the time for our freedom is now. Let them go to hell. Look at that. Even after all the evil, even after all the abomination trying to try righteousness, in the case of Nnamdi Kanu, these people could not come up with any evidence. And I am still asking, where are the United Nations? Where are the ICC? Where are the European Union? Where is the AU? Where is ECOWAS? All these things is just a kind of a criminal organization aimed at destroying the people of Biafrans and making sure that the Western world continue to make their way and stealing really the resources that is meant for the African continent. They've stolen and stolen and stolen, and they are not yet satisfied. What a kind of a world! What a shameful world, shameless world we're in it. These people will come out, they will want to tell us, give us direction that this is where life should go and there should be democracy. What the mess you are telling us? And you want us to listen and they believe you are making any sense? Meaningless statements, political charade, only for your own interest to steal what did not belong to you. And in it, you are celebrating, you are rejoicing, even when the owner is telling you you are a thief, because you are born without shaming you. You are still going ahead, going from one country to another, going from one continent to another, forming alliances against an ethnic group, the Biafrans. The Biafrans. And what is going on now is that we learned that the wife to Alex Tov is a British woman. That is why they make sure that they spread all over the whole world, not for good, so that anytime, anywhere, they will continue to falsify things and building up propaganda to destroy the existence of people, and they're demoralizing people's lives. They will demoralize you, they will kill you. Look at numbers of African leaders that these people have killed, and yet they don't see it as anything. They see it as a right to them. Killing human beings like killing chickens, because these people want the freedom of their people. They want their people to live a better life. So they believe that it is them that have the right to a better life. And we from the African continent, where we don't want to live in a better life. We don't even want to exist. We have seen all the kind of plans. Look at the one that happened in time of COVID-19. The agenda was targeted on Africa, not merely for the Europeans or the Western world. But in all this, God is showing them that we are His own people, and they cannot take us away. Why would they not let us free? I am trying to let the politicians, the morons, the sophisticated morons, the decomposed carcass in the Biafran soil, they are claiming they are representing Biafran. They don't represent. They are rejected. And it was because they are rejected. They knew that we don't need them. They will not understand the whole so-called useless elected politicians, flying elected politicians in Biafra land knows that Biafran doesn't have anything to do with them. It is trying to fight back because they've caused us a lot of damage. They've killed their own people. They've struck their own people, sacrificed their own people to the enemies just for their own mere selfish interest. An individual selfish interest. A single soul, a single politician will sacrifice millions of Biafrans just to maintain his own stomach. P2B that is going about is one of the master planner of the whole evil going against the Biafrans. That is why you can see that even the Fulanis will be rampaging, killing. Look at the killings in Yamuvu and all the evil they are doing in Biafra land. Have you ever heard P2B talking anything? But at any slight mistake in the north here, P2B will run to them and follow them to even worship the Allah, and we promise them millions of naira, all just because she wants to be a president of a demonic entity, so that he can now take a certificate to go and destroy and kill his people and now hand over totally our ancestral land to the Fulanis, who are his master. Mention there is no any position in the whole Biafra land that is representing us. There is none of them that is our own making. All of them have been imposed on Biafrans. And we have voted them out. We have made them illegitimate leaders. And yet, that is their annoyance. That is why they can go to any length to make sure that they destroy the remains of Biafrans. But they will never survive. They cannot have it any longer. Some of them going to Nnamdi I'm making submission. And my submission is that our supreme leader should be careful with all those useless elements coming to him, hugging him and kissing him. Some of the kiss is not a kiss of love, but rather it's a kiss of death. They are coming with different patterns. But we are watching Finland and try to see what is going to be the outcome of all this nonsense and mess. I say this and I keep saying it. The whole world knew quite well that what we are fighting is what belongs to us. But the shame of hanging off and letting us go, the shame of them seeing that those that they concluded they cannot be on their own are people who can manage themselves, people who have started managing themselves even before the white men realize what management and the life is all about. But many of the Biafra will be shocked at the end of it all. They will be shocked when the whole thing will come to reality and they're seeing the Biafra is going, because Biafra has already come. This is just a formality to accomplish God's own divine mandate and His own word. Some of them are thinking that it's not going to be. It will shock them to their bone marrow at the end of it all. And that is when everybody shall be rewarded according to his deeds. But you cannot cause us all these damages and thinking that we will forget so soon. The pain that these people has caused us, the eternity will never forgive them and we can never forget. It's too enormous. But Finland should be aware that the whole Biafrans are watching and they should be very, very careful. We're not going to take it for granted. We're not going to take it easy. It's not going to be an easy contest between the Biafrans and the Finland. If anything untoward happens to our Prime Minister. Shameless people. After offering them all he has, after celebrating them and praising them and lifting them high, the reward that they will pay him back is to help a sticky entity. It should be lured into, put in a cocoon, in a dark place for not committing an offense. This is how they will reward them. But they will surely pay with the last pardon. None of them will go scot-free. At this point, brothers, I want to thank you once again for this great job you are doing. And for the Biafrans, they should always know the truth. Like for me, since I've been following this struggle, anytime anyone deviates, anytime that any of the saboteurs have stepped out of the track, nobody tells me that this person is not with us again. Therefore, should not wait for anybody to come and tell them that this is the right direction. As a Biafran, you should know who is leading your way out of the shackle of demonic entity to find ourselves and be part of it. Put everything you have in it. Don't spare anything. Your freedom counts a lot. Your freedom worth more than anything any treasure you have. Until you are free, no matter what you have gathered, you are nobody and you are nothing. So nobody should wait to tell you that this is right. As it is today, everybody, any responsible Biafran know that MaziSimonEkpaNjoku is throwing the footstep of MaziSimonEkpaNjoku and MaziSimonEkpa and nothing more. We know our betrayers. Even though they are jumping from pillar to post, we know them and we are not part of them. And I can never be part of them. I've been following this struggle since from Wazirike. So I want to thank you in a very special way. And my enormous prayer, my sincere prayer goes to Mrs. Dr. DPMDrNgoziOrabueze. And all of you that's really, really working for the freedom of Biafra from a sincere heart. Will not see shame. It is a promise and we'll surely celebrate it. And that is when we gather, lifting our hands and our voice praising God. It's well with your soul. Biafra will live and celebrate the glory of God, and no man will take it away from us. Thank you, brother.
Thank you so much, my brother Anderson. We appreciate you for that submission. You have spoken well, and Biafrans have digested your word equally. You can see my beloved brother Maxwell is there. Before I give my brother Maxwell the mic, I want Biafrans to listen to this very update. The Inter-Society Group brought this update. They said police, military extorted 21.8 billion at Southeast Roadblock in 2 months. The extortion that happened in 2 months, in the Southeast, police, military extorted 21.8 billion in the Southeast Roadblock in 2 months alone. You see, when we are talking about these people getting out of our land, people don't understand. When you hear MaziSimonEkpaNjoku say, take off the roadblock, MaziSimonEkpaNjoku will say, we will end the roadblock. When we say that these terrorists in uniform are frustrated a lot, these same people are the ones that come and tell you that they sit at home. It's just our business. If these people can take 21.8 billion in 2 months on roadblock alone, and this is an estimate done by Inter-Society Group, 21.8 billion. This is the money they take in 2 months. And yet, southeastern side, they made it much more uncomfortable and insecure. They are not doing anything, only to continue to extort money. and you want us to continue to allow them to exist. You want us to believe that these people are there for peace. You want us to believe that these people are there to serve. These are a bunch of terrorists that are sent in our territory to destabilize our land, and that is why we will do everything humanly possible to send them out of the land. Nothing is going to stop it. Nothing. It doesn't matter what anybody says. It doesn't matter what they do. They will never, ever, ever succeed. Let us look to another update. And this is from Dr. NgoziOrabueze, the Deputy Prime Minister. I'm going to read. Breaking. Update from Finland. All charges dropped and case dismissed for the 4 United States of Biafra citizens. All charges as terrorist financier for the 4 innocent Biafran arrested in conjunction with our PM, MaziSimonEkpaNjoku, by Finland have been dropped and case dismissed and discharged due to lack of evidence. This decision and update was made in Finland and communicated to United States of Biafra government today, May 14th, 2025. While the United States of Biafra government welcomed this development, it will be for the interest of Finland as a nation of integrity to further investigate how these purported charges, brutal arrest that led to the near loss of life of one of the innocent Biafrans incarcerated for over 30 days in solitary confinement, shut down of their businesses, shut down of their means of livelihood, adding their name on terrorist watch list, happened in Finland. So it is not just about really investigate and tell us how did you come about making these 4 Biafrans pass through this pain. The pain and losses that these 4 innocent Biafrans went through, and our Prime Minister, Ekpa, still going through in these past 6 months in Finland, cannot be swept under the rug, especially as this allegation came from the Nigerian state under President Tinubu and Defense Chief Christopher Musa, known to reintegrate known terrorists such as Boko Haram, etc., into the Nigerian military, police. The banking system, Nigeria has been declared as the worst, the most dangerous place for Christians to live. This shows the high level and criminality of the Nigerian state and their agents who facilitated, submitted incriminating documents to the Finland authorities and government, neglecting to inform them of the killings, secret war, forceful disappearance, intimidation, subjugation, marginalization, criminalization of Nigerian state, especially the secret killing of innocent Biafrans and Christians currently going on, engineered by the Nigerian state. The United States of Biafra awaits the release of Prime Minister MaziSimonEkpaNjoku, who is still being held in solitary confinement by Finland. Meanwhile, the United States of Biafra has informed appropriate quarters of this confinement, intimidation, facilitation of terrorism by the Nigerian states, transnational repression and collusion with countries to trample on the fundamental and basic right of innocent Biafrans to self-determination, self-defense, and freedom. This is a statement coming from our Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. NgoziOrabueze, after we receive the information that we receive. The charge has been dropped, but we cannot stop there. It will not just be about dropping the charges. They need to investigate and tell us who were those who wrote those petitions. How did they get those information? They have to come, and also compensation have to go with it. You don't just dehumanize people and you expect us to be silent. You can see one of the pictures that is shared there. MaziSimonEkpaNjoku appeared defiant at the rearrest hearing photo. This is a photo they showed of our Prime Minister, maybe in their interrogation room or in whatever. You see him raising up the hand of salute, never giving up. It is forward ever and backward never. We will fight until the last man standing. That is what MaziSimonEkpaNjoku said, that we are fearless in the presence of our enemies. And you can see our Prime Minister defiant, raising up his hand of salute, encouraging us to fight on. He is going to join us very soon. It doesn't matter what they do, no matter how long it takes. he would definitely join us. So on another update, there is one that caught my attention. The Finland authority, even though they are strengthening their bilateral relationship with Nigeria and also listening to the terrorist country Nigeria, do you know that they still want their citizens? They want their citizens not to go to Nigeria. They warn their citizens about the state of Nigeria and what is happening. Let me see it and read it out so that we can hear it. Because they know what they are doing. But why they are doing this evil is what I don't know. Look at it. It's posted on our X handle, the government, United States of Biafra government handle. It says, travel advisory by the Finnish Foreign Ministry to the Finnish citizen intending to travel to Nigeria 2025. Contradict KRP Finnish NBI investigation collaboration with the terrorist Nigeria regime against Prime Minister. The same people that are indicting MaziSimonEkpaNjoku, holding him. Look at the advice they are giving their people. The same people that say they're investigating MaziSimonEkpaNjoku. That is why I tell people, don't tell me to send them video. They have all the videos. They know the fact. But for one reason or the other, economic reason, they have decided to sell their conscience, forgot about humanity, and destroy their human rights stance. And I want you to pay attention. According to Finnish Foreign Ministry, general security situation, this is what they know about Nigeria. How can you know all this and yet you are indicting MaziSimonEkpaNjoku and telling us your visitation? Look at what they know. General security situation, corruption, poverty, weak institution, and low trust in the functioning of the society. The country poor economic situation, prolonged high inflation, and widespread uncertainty and lack of prospect are threat to social stability. The overall security situation in Nigeria is poor. This is written by Finland. The ability of the authorities to act cannot be trusted in all situations. Crime is at a critical level throughout Nigeria. The most commonly reported crime are robbery, armed robbery, assault, fraud, extortion, kidnapping, rape, and housebreaking. Kidnappings that demand a ransom after occur, and they also target Westerners who are perceived to be wealthy. More than 47% of the population live in poverty, and the social situation is tense. Protests, demonstration due to fuel, food, currency shortage, among other things, are relatively common also in Abuja. Can you imagine that a country that have this information that they themselves put on their own site can still come and tell you they are investigating MaziSimonEkpaNjoku, the Prime Minister of Biafra, for instigation of violence and causing problems in Nigeria, even when they have all this information, which they themselves have written about? Why the global conspiracy? Why the pursuit of indictment against our Prime Minister MaziSimonEkpaNjoku and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu by fire by force? Why? With all this information available, I said, why? My brother Maxwell, take up the mic and speak to us, my brother Max. Let's hear you out.
Thank you so much, Mazi Church, and good morning to each and every one of us that is in the studio. My brothers and sisters, Nemoches and my Namoches in the comment section, Biafrans in my mother's ancestral land, Biafrans in the diaspora, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the able Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, a worthy leader, Nwoko Ejemono, Prime Minister SimonEkpaNjoku, Dr. NgoziOrabueze, and her able cabinet members. I say, may Chukwu Kikabiyama continue to protect and bless each and every one of you.
Sure.
It shall never be well with those that wishes us death, and it shall be well with those that sympathize with what we have and what we are going through. Finland is going to pay dearly for what they have done. This is where I am going to anchor my submission. I told you the last time that the information that this diplomatic society are privy to in Nigeria is panon. It's more than what you yourself that lives in that country
Absolutely
will have. Yes. This is the reason why I said in a space when that Yoruba woman, Bad Knock, was hitting them left, right, and center. They say, what does she know? What does she know about the insecurity in Nigeria? I said, the position that woman is as a conservative, right? The head of the information that woman is privy to, even your president, Bola Tinubu, does not have it.
Doesn't have it.
I told them, I was in a society where intelligence were gathered. And there are so many avenues that you can get your information. And once you are within that society, once you are within this particular organization that carries out all these investigations, pay money to get informations even outside the world. Do you know how much Babangida was paying to Israeli spies? As at that time, when it was $25,000. That time, remember, these were the people that were exposing and giving information on the attacks against ECOMOG, has been orchestrated by the United States. As at that time, if you go to Liberia, you will hear a new, some information about a ship they call Sirius that came from Ukraine to supply arms and ammunitions, accoutrements that were designed like the ECOMOG in such a manner that if those consignments reaches Charles Taylor, they will wear all these accoutrements. You will not even know who is an ECOMOG and who is a rebel. It was these people that exposed it. These are some of the things you should know. That the information that these people are privy to is unimaginable. Yet they are doing what they are doing, especially Finland. Mazi, I will tell you that Finland is Finland government is a they are playing. They are hypocrites. They are hypocrites. You have all this information, yet you are prosecuting and detaining a man that is fighting the same thing that you have published today. You are a hypocrite. You are fighting because you are being pressured to do that. You are fighting because you've been inducted into NATO. You are fighting the Biafrans simply because of what they told you that you are going to benefit, oil and gas that they are going to use to warm their houses during winter, which is dwindling now from Russia, unless maybe Trump broker peace with between the European countries and Russia. They are looking up to your own land, the Biafra, for gas to power their houses during winter. That is what they are fighting for. That is the reason why United Kingdom is pressuring them to do everything to keep MaziSimonEkpa down. That is it. When they see that you are a threat to them, they will find one way or the other to bring you down to the lowest minimum, position, so that you will not be able. If you don't have the opportunity to command and speak, will you speak? By the way, you are in their own land. Despite the citizenship or the status that they have given you, you are what you are. They can sell you because of their economic interest and what they will benefit. Imagine. Is that not an act of hypocrisy, and is that not satanic that Finnish government have all these things within their reach, yet they are dealing with a man that is fighting the same thing that they have enumerated in their post. That is the reason why I told you that we don't have anybody that is going to fight for us. Only God and our positive actions. That is the only thing that is going to fight for us, and not anybody. If anybody is going to fight for the Biafran people, it is only God that is going to send that person to do what he will want him to do for the Biafran people. But apart from that, it is you and I. Your pocket and my pocket. Your resilience and my resilience. That is what is going to fight for us. You see, Nigeria has found a way of getting to the people that matters most to them and pay them bribe to do whatever they are doing. You just said that the Inter-Society, produced a report of 28.1 billion naira on monthly basis or in 2 months.
21.8 in 2 months.
21.8 in 2 months. Billions.
Billions.
Good. That is United Nations peacekeeping operation for them. Do you know why we fight to go for UN operation? Is the amount they pay us daily, which is about $55 per day. And every month they will pay you, I think about 40 something or 50 something dollars, comprising of danger allowance, cigarette allowance, and the laundering allowance. That one is separate. But every day of your money is $55 every day. That is what they pay you. That is what southeast part of Biafra has become to these uniform terrorist men and women that are there. How would they now fight to go to UN when they are making over 20 something or close to 25 point something billion in the southeast in a rich part of Biafra land? It's a cash cow for them now. So why would they want it to stop? Why would they are doing it with alacrity? If you don't give them, they will kill you. They will buy you and level all manners of allegations, false allegations against you, to give them the leverage to buy you. Or they collect it through armed Fulani terrorist kidnapping processes. And some of the ones our own people are also committing over there against their own brothers and sisters. How would they live when they are making this kind of money? So we already told you that the reason why they keep detaining MaziSimonEkpaNjoku in DSS is because of the money that they are voting out any time MaziSimonEkpaNjoku is appearing to their evil court. How would they get such amount of money and allow you to go? It is only a man with the Spirit of God that would do the otherwise. But these people that the devil has, used the hot iron pass into their brain would never ever allow it to stop. Instead, they will be, pressing hard for it to last, so that they will continue to milk, to make profit out of our people. And this is the reason why we must up our fight. We must try everything possible to up our games. Diplomatically, we must support Dr. NgoziOrabueze where she is weak. Let's support her and speak to her so that she will understand. Yes, she's a woman. She is a woman. But there is nothing she is doing that she is going to do it with her own physical strength. It's through pen and paper, diplomacy. This is where we're supposed to support him and contribute to make sure that the work for him, for her, is made a lot easier. For how long are we going to continue to lament and talk? Who is hearing us? Finland, that we pretend that was hearing us that time, although I still had my reservation as at that time. Are they also now responding to us? Look at what they are doing to SimonEkpa. the Prime Minister of Biafran government. Look at what they are doing to him. Because of economic interest, diplomatic interest, bilateral agreements that they are signing with Nigeria and other African countries that are responsible for the kidnap of MaziSimonEkpaNjoku. What else are you going to get from these people? We are on our own and we must do it as if we are on our own. We are orphans, like I always say. The politicians that you have in Biafra land, they are weakling. They are cowards. They can't do anything. When their counterparts are supporting their own that are committing the most atrocious deeds in this world, they are bringing their own that are carrying flags, that are trying to support, to protect the land on which that they work on, pushing them out there to go, for the government to attack them. And this will bring me to this. Did you see the JAMB registrar? Have you seen that video? The JAMB registrar and what they did to Southeast region of the zoo and the Lagos that carries most of the Igbo extraction, the candidates of Igbo extraction in Lagos. Did you see what they did to them? Have you seen the video, MaziSimonEkpaNjoku?
I've not seen the video. I've heard about it, but I will search for it.
Okay, there are glitches in the 5 eastern part of Nigeria, of the zoo. They had glitches just like they had during their presidential election.
The same grammar. That grammar is resurfacing again.
The same, continue to say, you know me now. The same glitch. Why is it that there were no glitches in North Central? Why is it that there were no glitches in Southwest in general, apart from Lagos? And when you go there, you look at the candidates' name in that Lagos, they are of Igbo extractions. That is the only place they had glitches. In Southeast, glitches. And the registrar came out on national TV, was shedding tears. A Yoruba man that hates Igbo people. A Yoruba man, I'm not talking of general, a Yoruba man that hates Igbo people, Biafrans as a whole, lamenting and crying because they saw the performance of the Biafran people in that JAMB exercise. They saw how the marks were coming. They had no other option than to say, since it is a Yoruba man that is controlling it, let's try to find one way or the other to destroy them. Go out there and cry. And the man is crying. His cry would never impress me in anything. For all of you Biafran that still believes that Nigeria will work for you, this is what you are going to go through. I do not know, for the sake of my own life, how many times this evil entity will treat you the way they treat you. You still continue to believe that you are loved in that evil entity. Therefore, you are going to do everything to put stops on your fellow brothers and sisters that said, no, we don't see anything coming out of this place that is good, but evil. You see how they did to you? These were the region that they were, condemning. Oh, sit at home. The children cannot go to school. In Neko, what was the result? Those regions that were not sitting at home, what was their result? In Neko, that was just published a few weeks or months ago, what was the result? All the top 4 or 5 are of Igbo, Biafran, from Biafra land. They use that campaign of calumny against our people. Oh, they are doing it at home. Therefore, the children cannot go to school. Pregnant women are dying. Like Ngozika from Enugu State that always appear in the damages platform. Oh, they are killing. When they are declaring, you cannot bring them AIDS. Did Nigerian government give you AIDS during the COVID-19? Did they not hoard it? Did you collect it? you are now telling agitators that are struggling to put their things together to give you, even when they give you, is it their responsibility to give you? And today, NECO came out. Biafrans came out with flying colors. They were there, up there. Now, they discovered that JAM is coming out right now. The names are there. They are repeating the same thing they did in NECO. They found one way or the other to scuttle it, which they have scuttled, and now asking them to go and receive. Why would they receive? Don't you have records? Don't you have records? What kind of glitches that will make you the whole entire 5 states part of Biafra land, of the zoo? You condemn them and come out on the national television and you are shedding tears. A Yoruba man that can never hide his hate and jealousy against the Igbo extractions of that zoo. Shame on none of you. All of you that are campaigning for one Nigeria, while all this you have existential problems, hate, jealousy against you. You are all evil and you will die in it. You will suffer for your hypocrisy and wickedness on your people. Thank you so much, Mazuko. My battery is running down. I don't know how long it's going to take me. I love coming here. I love staying with you. I love talking the way I'm talking, and I love the privileges that I have enjoyed in your hands and the likes of you. Thank you so much, my Biafran brothers and sisters from the homeland and abroad. I say, in anything that you do, do not allow the campaign of calumny or their smear campaign against doing it good. And Chukwu Kitiabiyama will never abandon us from what we are doing. We are not fighting to take over anybody's land. We are fighting for the freedom of the Biafran people and to sigh a sigh of relief from all the atrocities that have been meted out at them. Thank you so much, and always remember me. I am your lovely Okene Awembun from the little beautiful city of Bolgatanga in Upper East Region. Thank you for having me, Mazi. Cheers.
Thank you so much, brother. I appreciate you, my brother Max, for your constant advice to Biafrans, support. I appreciate you so much for your very, very straight and forward stance in this issue of Biafra at all the time. May Chukwu Okike continue to guide and protect you, secure you, give you more wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. My brother Greg, let's hear from you. Our brother Greg, take the mic. Take the mic and speak to us, my brother Greg.
Yeah, MaziChimonEkpaNjoku, good afternoon. Just please, can the comrade in the house there speak first before? Let me express myself. Thank you.
Okay. My beloved sister Ojugo, you've been here. Give us one word before Greg will now round up and join us. Let's pass the mic to our beloved sister Ojugo. Go ahead and speak.
Oh, my dear church, we will never be tired. But for sure. And what I promised them, that Biafra land will be their dead end. Yes. Biafra land will be their dead end. Let them hover around. Let them hover with all those in blue and white. That is his own problem. But I promise them Biafra land will be their dead end. Yes. You know. And I'm pretty sure that May 30th will awaken some of our people. Might not be all, but some of our people that are still sleeping, that are still on the fence, you know. So we'll continue. We won't give up. They can do all whatever they want to do, and say whatever they want to say. In their mindset by now, they should have ended this Nnamdi Kalu's case, because all the witnesses so far, we've not seen anything tangible to associate to terrorism, which is their main case. And it's a good news, because we're still watching Finland. Good news that those who are arrested also, that company Simon for financing the terrorism. We do contribution. If you're arresting them, then you come and arrest all of us. We don't carry gun. We don't kidnap. We don't do any of those. We raise funds for our freedom, to save our life. Please, we want to live. That's why we're making all this sacrifice. That's why we're donating all this. I'm happy to find them not guilty. So, if those financing Simon for the terrorism are found not guilty, I wonder what else.
I wonder
whether Simon na terrorism with Mprakia. Since ndị na-enye ya ego ji eme ya enwe ihe afụrụ, then we'll see where else that where he's getting the money for this terrorism, because to be terrorism is not easy. You gotta properly be equipped. So we'll keep watching. I think it was this month. I don't know if they changed the date that he's supposed to appear in court.
This month. We are still waiting for them this month.
Okay, so we're waiting for them, and we'll see how that rolls. But with all the time that the first coming together of Biafrans were in Finland. The Finland 100% knows the history of Biafra. They know the history of Biafra. The declaration, they know we are doing declaration in their land. It's not, it wasn't hidden. It wasn't on our ways. It didn't take them on our ways. They know what we're coming to do. So how the dance step change? Finland will also tell us, if the dance step has changed. But I don't think, and I don't believe, they want to stay in their life or what they are known for, because they want gas and oil. And we promised them, even from Nnamdi Kalu, say, take this gas and oil, but let us live.
Exactly.
Let's live. And even the Prime Minister MaziSimonEkpaNjoku said the same thing. We can negotiate, we can be partners. And these guys are not, you can have them in quantum. Because that entity in Nigeria, let me tell you, Yoruba people are arresting and doing people because they think that their brother is there. That's why they're not. If they kick him out, the whole country will blow up. If it will not blow by Boko Haram, because they have already started blowing everywhere. I saw those videos. You can't imagine the type of equipment that within, even in Nigerian news, that within 24 hours, 4 military bases were attacked within 24 hours. It's the Nigerian. They were for their life. One of them was kind of say, "Oh my God, oh my life, thank God, thank God, thank God." They had to run because they came in a way that they themselves can't even stand them. They couldn't withstand them. So if in a twinkle of an eye, those people will conquer Nigeria immediately. That's why I said, that's why I made that my first comment. Biafra land will be their dead end. Because are they going to conquer Nigeria? Nigeria is already conquered. If military were not able to fight them back, did you hear? Because when I listened to Nigerian, I didn't hear one of them were cut.
Nobody
I didn't
was
hear. No, I didn't even hear that military fought back.
nowhere.
I did not hear that. What I was hearing was crying. They laid them down, those that were killed, and they used grass cover their face. They were opening it and they would call this person, oh, is this person, they were just crying. Military Nigerian men. Can't you see that the fence is porous? That is why the DSS man said, hey, save yourself. They don't have it again to save you. Personnel die. And when they say personnel, you know what that means. Important people in the military. And that's why the little ones were just crying. All the ammunition, what Nigeria said was, that's why it's not good when you are in the Nigerian news, when you are bringing this equipment, military equipment, it's not good to announce it. You know, maybe they announced it. That's why these people now came.
Mad people everywhere.
Yes, I came and took all the equipment.
My sister, that is the style they used to equip them. If they want to equip the terrorists, they will just allow them to invade the camp and cut away with everything they have. That's the system. We know that is how they give them their weapons.
And did you know another way they do that? Recruiting them inside the military. That's what they were saying in Nigerian news. I'm calling Nigerian news because they are the ones saying it.
Yes.
It's not Biafra people. It's not social media. Because they think that social media, what will come is just to make money. YouTube is paying them. They're just there rattling. That's why Zodema was able to just get away with everything because they think that we come to social media and make noise. They're just noisemakers. They're just noisemakers. But I'm saying Nigerian news carried it and was saying that another thing that they do is recruiting them into the military. Exactly. They got into the military and then they leave. So they come in there, gather informations, know their whereabouts and what to operate, and then they get the hell out. They know themselves. They know when to signal them. This happened in these 4 areas. You don't think that the military inside there are involved? They are involved. That's why they were not able to capture any of them.
Yes.
Those they recruited and put inside the military, called them, gave them the word out, and then at the end of it, they joined them. Tomorrow, they recruit another group, put them in the military. Different ways. Nigeria is using different ways. And it's a
We can't hear you again. My sister, we can't hear you. I think she's kicked out. She's kicked out, and I hope she's going to come back. Sometimes those are the challenges we face on online, but we must have to continue. You can see from the line of thought what our sister was saying, it's just exactly what is happening. That is exactly what is happening, and there's nothing. And that is why we must be serious. When we talk about restoration of Biafra, it is not a joke. If you think it's a joke, think again. It's not a joke. Remember 30th that is coming. On that 30th, it is going to be a very massive, massive program. Every one of us need to be there. It is a summit, our Heroes Day, and a peace summit. Every one of us must be there to make the difference. There is no excuse. As long as you're a Biafran, you need to be there. This summit, opening of our head office, we want to be in Washington, D.C., where everything happens. 30th is the day. Make sure you are there.
No fear for our land. We go stand together, fight for freedom now. No surrender.
This day is more than just an opening. It is a call for peace and reconciliation. Join us at the first ever Biafra Peace Summit, where the past and present voices for Biafra independence come together. No segregation, no division, just one people with one purpose. An occasion to voice our differences, resolve them, and stand stronger as one people. May 30th is also our separate Biafra Heroes Remembrance Day, when we honor the brave souls of men and women who fought and children who fell from the genocidal war of 1967 to 1970, where over 3 million Biafrans lost their lives. The day we honor those unjustly imprisoned and killed before the war, during the war, and presently, simply for being Biafrans. We salute our past and present leaders, from the vision of DPMDrNgoziOrabueze to the resilience of Philip F. Young, the fearless dedication of MaziSimonEkpaNjoku, and the unwavering courage of MaziSimonEkpaNjoku, who have carried the torch of our struggle. Their sacrifices and leadership lights our paths forward. As we all know, for far too long, we've endured suffering at the hands of our enemies and division from within. This summit is power-packed to heal those wounds, to uproot seeds of discord planted among us, and to unite Biafrans across tribes, regions, religions, and political views. Together, we are unstoppable. Be part of history. Join us on May 30th, 2025 at the United States of Biafra headquarters in Washington, D.C. A day of unity, remembrance, and renewal. Biafra rises as one strong nation, bolder together. Venue, 11726 Connecticut Avenue, Northwest Washington, D.C. Time, 3 p.m. Biafra time and 10 a.m. Washington time. 30th of May 2025, a united Biafra. Our time is now. This message is proudly sponsored by the Office of the United States of Biafra Deputy Prime Minister, Her Excellency Dr. NgoziOrabueze, and the Biafra Information, Telecommunication and Postal Service. My name is Marvelous Chukwubikem-Arinze.
Face many things, we don't fall. Them took a Nnamdi Kanu, but we stand tall. Simon Ekpa, them catch we still they strong. We go rise higher, no place for wrong. We no go fall, we go stand. In unity, we hold the land.
Thank you so much, Biafrans, for being part of this program and hanging on there with us. May Chukwu Magara protect everyone that is out there. You're welcome back, my beloved sister Ojugo. You were cut off when you were speaking. Please conclude your line of thought before we proceed. My sister Ojugo, go ahead.
Okay, yeah. I was driving, and I think the construction area kind of knocked up. But I don't know where you heard me last. But and my conclusion is Biafra will be their dead end. You know. They can run around, they can do whatever they want to do. The military lost it, and they've lost it. And if the military of a country is incompetent, that country is down, completely down. And for Boko Haram to attack 4 military bases and defeated them hands down, that there wasn't even like fighting back, Nigeria is down. I said also Finland, from what you Brochuk read this morning, Finland, you know what is going on in Nigeria. You know what is going on in Nigeria. You got your findings, and I said those things that you wrote down judge you, be in front of you as you are judging our prime minister, like we do when we use the Bible. We use the words in the Bible to challenge God. And I'm using the words that you said, everything you said that is happening in Nigeria. Bro Chooks, I think that thing you read was from Finland, right?
Yes, Finland.
Good.
That's
Yes.
their security information to their citizens in Nigeria. What they
Good.
put on their side.
Good. So let those words, when we pray, we use the words in the Bible to challenge God. And I'm using those words that they put out there to challenge them. That is why Biafra Prime Minister is fighting to save the life of his people. Nothing more, nothing less. Those things that you read out there. So let it be in front of you as you are handling his case to Judge of Finland. I rest my case. Thank you.
Thank you so much, my beloved sister. I appreciate you. You have spoken well as always. May Chukwu continue to guide and protect you. My brother Akonyo Wetere, you're welcome. You are late, so take the mic and hit it up as we are rounding up. Akonyo Wetere, are you there? Unmute yourself.
Yes, I'm back here for my now. That's what I
Okay.
A minute or two.
Okay. So, my fellow Biafrans, you have all known. Don't forget the topic we are discussing today. It says, why the desperate pursuit of indictment of the Biafran leaders, MaziSimonEkpaNjoku, MaziSimonEkpaNjoku. Why is it that the Nigerian government and the Finnish authorities are desperate in indicting them? Why? There is no other reason than the global conspiracy and pursuit for mineral resources we have in Biafra land. It is not because they have committed any crime, and it is not because the Finnish authorities do not have the facts before them. It's not because Nigerian government do not know that they don't have the right to try MaziSimonEkpaNjoku. They do not have the jurisdiction to try MaziSimonEkpaNjoku for the way they were playing on the case, removing the area where the said crime was committed. First of all, they wrote to London. After broadcasting in London, they were told that you cannot begin to try a case that is something that is done in London. And they changed it and they removed it. They decided not to put anything at all. But still, that question will come in. They are desperate. Today, they are bringing gulag into the case of MaziSimonEkpaNjoku. Even when they know MaziSimonEkpaNjoku is a prophet. He knew that this will happen. That was why, even beforehand, when that incident happened, MaziSimonEkpaNjoku did a broadcast. And he said, they are going to say that we are the one, but we have no hand in it. MaziSimonEkpaNjoku never claimed responsibility. He exerted himself and he made a full broadcast on that. Went ahead to bring out a video of somebody, the person they murdered, who was the person that was threatening him. They're supposed to be a suspect. But during that time, even before investigation, the incident happened. In the next few minutes, the IG of police then came out. Inspector General of Police came out and announced and said, oh, IPOB did this and did that. And MaziSimonEkpaNjoku came on video and told that IPOB has nothing to do with that. Hope Uzodinma came and exonerated IPOB and said it has nothing to do with it. He called it politically motivated assassination. That is what Hope Uzodinma called it. Politically motivated. And he went ahead to say that IPOB has no hand in it. This was a man who went there to give him a certificate of return as a governor. After the man delivered the certificate of return, he was going back to the airport and they took his life. And remember then, there was a battle between him and Rocha Sokorocha. And they made gulag with this very man who lost his life. Major General Mungunu with gulag has a problem. Already, Mungunu is already threatening gulag to take his life. NSA of Buhari then. So they forget to look at these areas where these problems were coming from. They didn't look at it. For the fact that the man came for Hope Uzodinma when he was having a problem with Rocha Sokorocha to give him a certificate of return, which Rocha did not support, that was a war. a battle between two of them who becomes the governor. Then you didn't look at that part. Then the person that threatened the same Gulag, as far as I know, has nothing to do with the IPOB. Who the hell is Gulag for IPOB to begin to track him? Gulag himself, that man called Gulag, is inconsequential as far as the restoration of Biafra is concerned. He's inconsequential. But where the man has a problem, they were not looking at it. And MaziSimonEkpaNjoku made a comprehensive broadcast on that, as if he knew what to happen. And today, it is that same Gulag issue that they are trying. You see how desperate they are to rope MaziSimonEkpaNjoku in. And that narrows it down to say, why are we even allowing them to try him at all? Why did we grant them this opportunity to perpetrate this evil, to indict MaziSimonEkpaNjoku? Why do we do that? What is the agreement reached behind door, closed door? Is MaziSimonEkpaNjoku aware of this agreement? Did he accept it? What is going to be the end of the whole story? After they succeed in indicting MaziSimonEkpaNjoku, what next? What next? The same thing on the side of MaziSimonEkpaNjoku. We have seen MaziSimonEkpaNjoku standing and resolute, not giving up. He is not even listening to any idiot. Very, very consistent. Just like MaziSimonEkpaNjoku said, we are fearless in the midst of our enemy, in the presence of our enemies. You see the picture I showed of MaziSimonEkpaNjoku, where he is, maybe in the interrogation room, and he was defiant, raising up his fist for Biafra, for freedom. And there is nothing anyone can do to change that. My fellow Biafrans, I appreciate everyone that have been with us on this program. And I want you to know that you must continue to pray for our Prime Minister MaziSimonEkpaNjoku. Pray for MaziSimonEkpaNjoku and continue to be resolute. Our freedom, we shall always have. Go ahead, my brother Akonyo, with it. Make it brief so that we can round up.
Thank you very much, Uncle Chuks.
No.
Thank you for your resilience and your courage. I was listening, but some few things caught my attention, and I said, let me chime in my own contribution on it. You see, when you read about that security advisory report of Finland to their citizens towards the Nigerian government, what I want to say, ndị be anyị na-ekwu okwu nwere onwe ọ bụrụ na anyị ga-ama na asala mmiri dọrọ ejula dọrọ nwa nkịta, ọ ga-enyere anyị aka anyị aghọta ihe anyị na-eme. Na all the videos he played today, my own reactions ga-agasa n'ime ha. Ọ bụrụ na anyị ghọta na mmiri dọrọ nwa ejula dọrọ nwa nkịta, Kedafia hope ụzọ dị mma na Shetima a ga-anọ n'ihu anyị bụ anyị asụ. Finland a ga-eme ya because stop doing that, Okoro, because all abụ actually bido egwu I test the microphone. I tested the microphone on Nnamdi Kanu. DOS abroad the phone in their chest helped them up until Simon Adare stood this thing. At start, the first year, second year, on the third year, when the momentum was very high, with the help of the global conspiracy, they reined in Simon. Then our people could not read through the line. Because of our ego, greed, and jealousy. We will fall on the trap again. So what am I trying to say? Our victory, our freedom is not in the hand of any of them, and at the same time in their hand. But for it to be in their hand, we ourselves are going to make it possible. The system as it is organized in the Western world is against African entirely. All the different states, country in Africa The system that the Western has set up is against all. That is why you see AU talking rubbish. You come to ECOWAS yapping rubbish. You say make you go to the Sadiq region. They claim to be more Catholic than the Pope, going along with the message of Pan-Africanism. Ebe ihe na iri ihe ọrụ nọ ha n'okpuru. Emulate what the Westerners did, dividing themselves along tribal lines. It is in the West you will see country. It is in the West you will see country that is not up to 2 million. They are a country. Yes. Then they form the alliance with who they like. Some Western countries, they will harm me. I thought Romania, they will harm me.
Yes.
Because of their population. But they ally with some other country and form their military. But when it comes to Africa, we have been told that leave it the way it is. The OAU and the AU and ECOWAS, they say that we knew that because of how our colonizer divide us is not perfect. That you go to some country, you go to South Africa for example now, some part of Zimbabwean people are in South Africa as minority. And that indigenous people now, because part of them have been cut to be in South Africa as a minority of the minorities. The other one in Zimbabwe now, you are a minority of the minorities. They will have no voice. Originally, their politician has been constituted to be what? To be corrupt if the country is roaming in corruption, or to be just what our politicians are doing in the Southeast. Instead of them to fight for, since we say that the videos, these ones, they are our brothers. But we have Igbo speaking ones, the one that if they speak is the same thing. It's only in variance in their intonation. They are in Delta, they are in Kaland, they are in Ibanke, they are in Benue. They partition all of us. If you go to Akwa, you see in Pasai, you still get Igbo. They decimated us for our critical mass to be. They decimated it. The same tactics that the West use. Now in the struggle also, we are still using the same tactics in a positive form. So it is up until we understand and come together, speak in one voice, even though we have different fronts, but let each front to guide. I have not seen Ngozi come publicly to insult anybody. When he went on that media listing after the declaration, they were asking him, that we are asking him this and this. She only said that we only have one government. Even when she's addressing us, she will be very highly diplomatic in addressing them. I've been able to check some media. It is only you that have been consistent. When you were talking about the other one, he said he flip-flop. He dances towards any trending news. You have been consistent since I started following you. Your message has been one. No matter how, whichever way it comes, it will center on one thing. This is the only way out, though. Because more people will betray. I keep saying it. I'm not wishing evil for DPM. But it depends on, let her appoint people to be listening to all the media that is speaking for USB. So that she will be gathering our public opinion. She might not know all. But she should be very careful, though. That US that everybody is chanting, they will betray you clearly. Like this, then let our people know that we need to come together. Our coming together go me ambo. Obuhoni mososoro la USB. But imagine at the center of attraction, bunweru freedom. Okay, make whichever corner no, iwache ya mama, we here to see. Okay, so that is the coming together. I didn't preach that all of us should go to Fallback Republic, or all of them should abdicate their position that they are holding tight and come and join us. No, but wherever you are, even the US was them, wherever you are, man that place carefully. Do the right thing. When you are called, when all your public representatives are called, let them not demoralize or denigrate any other group. Since our center is getting our freedom. Not to be there talking about money, not to be there on speculative mode, destroying your brother, thinking your enemies that you destroy your brother before we accept you, it can never work. When we come together with this full understanding of the meaning of the struggle, as I keep using it, the West, they will be afraid of us. They've never allowed us to stay together. That disunity is why they are reigning supreme. That's the little thing I will say, my brother. Thank you. I keep thanking you for your steadfastness. Thank you. Of a truth, you understand the reason why you are here. That is why you have been able to sustain this integrity of yours and being on the spotlight all the time without fear or favor. Thank you so much. You are muted. You are muted.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, my brother MaziSimonEkpaNjoku. I appreciate you. I appreciate you for that amazing contribution. And that brings us to the end of the program. Wherever you are watching us from, please like and share this program. Share it to family and friends. Share it to your neighbors. Make sure that somebody gets this information you are getting. Don't be economical with it. The radical evangelism belongs to you and I. If you cannot join us on stage to speak the way I am my brother MaziSimonEkpaNjoku is speaking, you can share. I have even said it. If you cannot share information about Biafra, share the atrocities of Nigerians against your own people in your state. Bring it to the world. Bring it to the public. Let the public see it. If you are not a Biafran or you're a Biafran, you are afraid of talking about Biafra, present those terrorist activities that are happening in your area. Show it to the world. Let them see it. Let them know that the insecurity in Nigeria is caused by the government and the terrorists that they themselves are sponsored. You see what we showed today? How the terrorists have run rampage and take over almost everywhere in Biafra land. In the north, not just in Biafra, in Biafra land, not in Biafra land, in the north, there was listen, I saw a list. I saw how the number of they say about 50 something local government in Sokoto State or in Borno State have been taken over completely taken over by the terrorists. Nothing you can do about it. I'm not talking about it. Let me look at that. Let me look for that update. I saw it in Twitter handle of the 247. That is it. That is it. List of 6 Isa local government village, Sokoto State, Nigerian captured by Fulani bandit, 100% controlled by bandit. These are the villages that are controlled by the bandits. 100%. 100%. These villages in Sokoto are under the hand of the bandit. Adamawa village, Arume village, Biase village, Bafarawa village, Auda village, Bargaja village, Babu Doli, Bulugutu, Chuhi, Dan Adama, Dan Fago, Dan Zanki, Gangara, Gerin Hassan, Gerin Idi, Gerin Nagora, Gerin Soja, Gesua, Gasarawa, Gawakuke, Gebe, Gidan Abdulkarim, Gidan Bawa, Gidan Namirani, Gidan Rana, Gidan Sale, Gidan Dam Faratua, Gidan Ganishu, Gumel, Kalku, Iru, Kaibaba, Katanga, Katsala, Kasale, Kuran Mota, Kuruje, Kwan Isa, Lugu, Makwarua, Manda, Mudachi, Kokurus, Rijian Malan Lada, Saduana, Satiru, Shala, Saradubu, Takwatawa, Tidibale, Tigawa, Tusai, Sabre A, Sabri B, Sabrin Dare, Sabrin Duwa, Truba, Zango, this area, 56 villages, 100% in the hand of the terrorists. How do you explain this? How do you explain this? 56 villages in the hand of the terrorists. And you still want us to fold our hand and pretend all is well. And when we come out and speak, they say we are talking too much. We are talking too much because we don't want our area to be taken over. Wherever you are as a Biafran, tighten up your belt. It is either Biafra or nothing. There is no other two ways about it. There is no shortcuts to it. There is nothing you can do. It doesn't matter what you think, how you feel, or what you think. Let me tell you, it is either you are free or they will take your life. We must continue to pursue our freedom by all means possible. The reason they are desperate to indict the Biafran leaders, MaziSimonEkpaNjoku and MaziNandekano, the reason Nigeria and Finland are desperate in pursuing indictment is to break our defense, to hand us over to the Janjaweed so that they can take our land and take our resources. They want to take our land and take our resources. That is all it is all about, nothing more. Wherever you are watching this program as a Biafran, I urge you in the name of Chukwu Okike, please stand strong. Stand strong. Do not allow the propaganda of the enemies to catch you. Let us support the United States of Biafra the best way we can. Support through the fundraising, support by sharing information, support any best we can, morally, spiritually, and physically. In any way, make sure you are doing something. May Chukwu Okike guide and protect every one of us as Biafrans. May Chukwu Okike guide and protect our Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. NgoziOrabueze. May Chukwu Okike guide and protect our Prime Minister, MaziSimonEkpaNjoku. May Chukwu Okike guide and protect our Supreme Leader, MaziNandekano. Thank you all for being part of this program. No weapon formed or fashioned against us shall prosper. Thank you for being part of this program. I will see you again tomorrow by the grace of Chukwu Okike. Thank you so much and stay safe.
This is from Biafrans Got Talent. We are letting Biafrans know the reason why we should remember those who gave their lives for us, those who died that we may live.
You died to end my suffering. You died fighting for my freedom. Your blood is the seed of redemption. You are my inspiration.
The deed no wrong, but then military shots at them. 67 to 70, we remember them. 2016, 38 May, memory still lives in our mind till today. Wonder why they refuse to publicize the genocide. The world media turn blind eyes to our plight. It's time to arise, land of the rising sun. Let's rise one more time, let's rise.
Yo, we will never forget our fallen heroes. Those who gave their life for us. Onitsha massacre, Ipocha massacre, Aba massacre. We remember you. Alright.
Tell them I touched me. Remember when me tell you say I touched me. Yeah, I remember that one that called us a Bruce Mero. Like a Abapanuku, oh, them we boniro. Me tell you what I look pandi, what pandi Samiro. Me tell you what I day. Oh, we just follow the rest of man. I tell you what I do. Me know that you walk. Me tell them
I want to promise you something today. We must fight together, no retreat and no surrender. We must hold them down till the end of time. The most important thing is that we will restore Biafra.
I look up to the sky with tears in my eyes for other Biafrans and for freedom had to die. We will never forget you as the days go by. You are always in my heart, you'll never be apart. They fought for our freedom, they died for our freedom. They fought the Nigerian soldiers in the war front without food, without guns, for our freedom, for our life, for our own good, for our children. We love them, our heroes, we want them.
My heart bleeds when I saw them slain. Where will I be now if not then? They will remain indelible in my heart. forever, 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 and ever, and ever, and ever.
We serve in your plantation, and the way you paid us back with your bloody starvation. We play in our history that the death of my people is a mystery. No going back to get to a victory. I had a voice now call for vengeance. I never get bombed, I'ma blow like a vengeance.
Yo, we will never forget our fallen heroes. Those who gave their life for us. Onitsha massacre, Iwacha massacre, Aba massacre. We remember you. Alright.
Where will I be now? If not you, you died at Mali.
Then we are starved to death because of our freedom, and they paid the debt for our freedom. Flag high for those that died in the genocide, fighting for you and I. There is pain in the heart, we bleeding inside, tears in the eyes, so I'm falling here.
This is for my fallen heroes. Give them a motivation, people. It's like I'm looking at myself in the mirror. Cause to be a cast, I need to be a nurse. If we did not retire,
They paid the ultimate price. They died for the freedom of my unborn child. We live for the legacy. Yo, we will never forget our fallen heroes. Onitsha massacre, Iwacha massacre, Aba massacre. We remember you. Alright. Yo, we will never forget our fallen heroes. Onitsha massacre, Iwacha massacre, Aba massacre. We remember you. Alright.
Yeah, put the flag in the air. Never be afraid. March on, cause we are more than conquerors. Yeah, you know what it is.
I'm looking at myself in
We
the
must
mirror.
revenge, and we must stand to represent who we are.